Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the Metaverse.
Monday! Welcome to our Planet Metaverse story. We're here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel on Twitch. I'm your host and GM, James Durham. Joining me at the table, I have Sean Franklin. I've got Ethan Bugeaud. I've got Matt Vansel, and I have Christian Doyle.
Hey.
Yeah. I've got Leo back on the tech tonight. Hi, Leo.
Hi. Leo.
Tonight we're going to begin the second part of our Planet Metaverse story. What exactly is our Masters of the Metaverse project here at Zombie Orpheus? Well, you know, it's only the most interactive live stream RPG on the planet.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
On the planet
Metaverse.
Yeah.
I love these guys.
Show them the shirt. Show 'em.
And how do we do that? Well, first we've got this really, really great store where you can buy all these wonderful things to change, control, or influence the action. Like last week, you guys put a transforming alcoholic stagecoach into the show. So that's a thing now.
He's our new worst best friend.
I'm pretty sure
that's
you
our ride
made
now. So thank you.
Did we
Thanks
make
for
an
that.
alcoholic? Or did they make
They
an
made
alcoholic?
alcohol. Everything's everything.
That was
Hack
nuts.
Attack is very much in their hands. So
That
all
was
these
spo-
things
yeah.
we have in the store, let's go over it real quick.
That was supposed to be my whole shtick, and the coach took it from me.
Did it better than you.
Robot stagecoach.
We've got Meta Search in the store, which can be used to give yourself a +2 or give someone else, including the GM, a -2 to their roll. These are stackable. You can put them on top of each other, and you can use them at any time. So if you don't really like the result of a roll, feel free to use up those Meta Surges while they're in the store. We are on our 10-sided dice today, guys, for most of your checks. However, we've got Moment of Clarity in the store if you want to roll 8s and have an even better chance of succeeding. We've also got our buffs in the store, like a cuddly teddy bear for Nick.
Oh,
That's right.
All right.
If he tries something, you know, incredibly, stupidly dangerous and fails it, you know, go ahead and use that cuddly teddy bear and get to reroll again with a bonus of 4 to it. Or if you don't want to use your buff for that, you can always use it to reroll any dice result you get. We've got Laser Focus for Mac, which allows him to count any success as a critical success if he only takes a single action. We've got Once You Pop, The Fun Don't Stop. That was named by our very, very loving Pax, if you guys know Pax.
No, who's
She
that?
That one. Oh, you know, just like one of our biggest fans and greatest contributors and the writer of all official Metaverse fiction.
Paxamo.
Yes, that's right.
I see.
And that allows Patrick to have the items on hand to create an improvised explosive whenever he needs to by using that buff in the store. And then joining us for John Stone, we have Badass. Now, John Stone's buff can be used to ignore all the damage from one source because, well, he's badass.
That name's a little on the nose.
Really? Just a little on the nose? Okay.
How specific can that source be? Can you ignore all
A
source
single
from
damage source.
the campaign? Is that considered a...
Ooh, point. Dice from dice.
Rules lawyering will definitely cause severe blowback on you. I'm just going to warn you ahead of time.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Masters of the Metaverse and our Planet Metaverse story, like all of our Zoe programming, is sponsored and funded entirely by you guys. And you guys make these shows possible.
Viewers like you.
You fund it. we wouldn't exist without you, and I want to thank you for it. And I want to thank all of our Patreon backers. Specifically, we've got three very extra special thank yous this week. We've got Daniel Peck. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Liz Louie, Paximo herself.
What?
Thank you.
Speak of the devil.
And Hawk Robinson.
Hawk Robinson. Oh, man.
Hawk.
We just saw him
Oh,
recently
that's
too.
it.
All
made that
last week
connection.
we saw him.
With
And
the
hey,
bird.
does anybody remember what happened last week? You guys want to tell the viewers at home in a quick recap what you went through last week?
Oh, they're doing.
Well,
All right. Well, I got a tip that from Patrick that he needed help because some bad stuff was happening.
Everybody was gone.
Everyone was gone from the Planet Metaverse,
facility.
and I've been looking for them as well. So I may or may not have created multiple terrorist incidents in getting him and the kid out of there. And
All
then-
domestic.
All domestic, that's true. You know, we try to keep it local, buy American. And then on our way out, we discovered where John Stone was being held in a facility.
In the Planet Metaverse
in the
facility that we had
facility.
just escaped
Furthermore,
from.
I discovered on the way there that there was at least one metapilot from another reality projecting themselves here. And we further surmised that he's not the only one and that they've taken over the government and may actually have the man in the White House be a metapilot from another universe steering events in this one.
By gum. That's a big revelation.
And
Big conspiracy stuff there.
then we decided for some reason to take the most conspicuous vehicle ever that was hack-attacked into us, a stagecoach that could transform into a giant robot that wanted to do nothing but drink beer.
now, how is that possible?
That was possible through a hack attack, which is when chat decides to pull up enough resources to make changes to the story that we then have to justify and is canon in the lore.
So the viewers get to screw us over when they want,
Anytime they want.
and
or help
over.
us out even.
Yeah. Sometimes it's usually a little bit of both.
Yeah. And then
It's
we
the
went
carrot and the stick.
and the stick, mostly the stick.
Carrot stick.
You can actually use the carrot as
The
a stick,
stick
as well.
is covered
This
in.
is true.
The stick is a sweet stick. It's covered in honey, but it does stick to you.
And after we made that determination, we figured we needed to spring John to continue the mission, and we managed to do that with only maximum casualties.
And becoming a rabbit as well. Don't forget that.
I did forget that. Thank you for reminding me that I was a
You
rabbit.
had to
at the
body
end of it.
jump, and you've got a rabbit for the time being.
I am a rabbit.
I am the walrus. Cuckoo cuckoo.
And so here you are. We are starting immediately following those events, racing along in the stagecoach known as Reese, with the coffin-like box containing John Stone, Nick Krieger in the form of a rabbit.
I'm petting him. Doing my best to just hold him real closely.
Yeah, the incredible thing is, lagomorphs have no vocal cords, so how am I speaking?
That is a good question. I'm not going to answer that.
Rabbit semaphore.
I don't think
Rabbit
Get a
semaphore.
couple of carrots.
I don't think you have to worry about it, Nick. I mean, you're not a lagomorph, you're a rabbit.
Rabbit is a lagomorph.
Well, I'll be damned.
He's right.
What do you know, other than everything you read?
Let's not split hairs.
Okay, let's get you to jump into something else before this
All right.
continues on
Well,
further.
I need a different form, and we're kind of in the backwoods.
Yeah, but if you don't switch it soon, it'll get changed that way permanently. You just watch. It's been happening all over the place.
Should we just go find more cops? You jumped into a lot of cops.
It depends. I mean, I want to find a suitable host. I mean, if we're talking back county sheriff donut graveyard, that's not going to be very helpful.
Well,
You are literally
Maybe.
in a lagomorph.
just a suggestion. Since you were last in him, maybe there's a residual leftover where you share a link just temporarily because of his abilities, and you talk, and it's like a ventriloquist act kind of thing. where
That
you-
could work. I totally would believe that.
Just saying, maybe I don't know.
It's not that we're in a giant alcoholic stagecoach at the moment.
With a coffin-like box.
With a coffin line box. So should we
That I'm in.
let
so-
John out? If indeed he is actually in there, which we believe.
Yes, I thought I didn't know what we were waiting for.
It is a really high-tech looking box.
Whoa. What?
There's
Let me
little
take a look at
indicator
this.
lights on it.
Oh, you're just gonna jump right in then.
we're not getting anywhere by not doing anything.
That's very true.
So I'm gonna poke at the box.
Make a fine
Does there seem to be any sort of way I can access anything, sort of a keypad?
There is a little panel on there that seems to be some kind of control panel. This technology looks incredibly advanced.
I'm gonna spend a minute poking around in it, just getting a feel for how the controls actually work, and then I'm going to take a little pocket knife out of the go bag and see if I can pry part of a panel off.
Do you have any engineering skills over there to go off with?
Yes.
All right, let's
electronic security, would that be
That
appropriate?
would be applicable. Thank you very
Well,
much. Go ahead and make me a roll there, sir.
That's gonna be a success by 6.
Success by 6.
Excuse me, by 4.
By 4. That is good enough to pop that off without causing any severe detrimental effects. There's a lot of wiring underneath there. What are you going to do with it?
Pick me up. I want to see.
I'm gonna put the panel back on and see if if there's like a readout in any language that I would know, like English or maybe some other ones.
The readout seems to be focused on energy levels, which are all extremely low.
You know what that is? It's life support.
Yep. So we're gonna probably have to make a bet here, because if they're smart enough to have any fail-safes in this thing, if they pretty much cut out, then it's probably gonna pop that sucker open, isn't it?
Oh, hey, before we go any further, Pax, would you please run a poll, because we weren't able to have our Patreon polls this week, and I want to give these guys something to work with here.
Aw, shut.
So while you guys vote and chat who you like best for
Oh,
today's
good.
episode.
The popularity contest, my very favorite
We'll
part of every
continue with
episode.
trying to open
you'll
this
ever
box.
see it.
So they're they're working on the box. I'm going to look in the back. Is there any sort of like road equipment box, like flares, chains?
There is a road equipment box, but it's like the kind of stuff you'd use like on a stagecoach.
Huh? No. So no jumper cables.
No.
Dynamite?
You went right for the panel. You forgot to skip the most important step. Or you did remember to skip the most important step.
What?
You forgot to do the most important step.
What's the step? What do you think, Bunny?
I feel like I can see through time right now.
He's your mentor. You answer the question.
Oh, here. And I go turn it off and turn it back on again.
Here, get in the hood.
Give me a computer's roll. So we're going to use your 2 out of 3
Yeah,
bad ability to roll twice.
I got a 9. And I got a 7.
All right. That,
I beat it
7
by 11.
that is a critical success. You are able to turn it off and turn it back on again. And you believe in the process you have disrupted the failsafe.
There we go. And I just fawns it open.
It opens up and you have a very silent, still John Stone inside. Eyes are closed. He's not breathing, but then again, he never really breathed anyway, so that's not really different.
He
right.
dead?
And there are definite indicator lights. The energy levels are extremely low. There's very little electricity running through his body at this present moment. You would call it the equivalent of sedated, as it were, but for something of an electronic nature.
See if there's a way using. I assume John Stone is kind of wired into this mechanical coffin we found him in.
Essentially.
I'm gonna go into the readout and see if I can try and boost those energy levels a little bit.
Give me a computers-based roll, please.
Absolutely. How about computers?
While you roll that, I'm going to look at these results over here.
All right.
Oh, we
me
got
and
the
Sean
results.
tied.
Oh man, we have a tie. No, we have a Matt Ethan tie and a Sean Christian tie.
Ooh.
So for Sean and Christian, you're looking at +8 to a roll today at any point that you want to use it, and +30 bonus health today.
Nice.
Right.
For Matt and Ethan, you're looking at +6 to a roll today at any point you want to use it, and +20 bonus health. Thank you, chat, for those bonuses today. They're probably going to need them.
Yeah.
Foreshadow.
Now, what was that roll you had over there on computers?
That was a success by 5.
There doesn't seem to be a way to give power to him. It would require an outside power source. But if you had one, you could most definitely.
Well, we can give him a
power.
quick. We can give him
Are
a
we
quick
anywhere near
jolt to-
power line?
We can give him a quick jolt to Rooney.
We've got a.
You believe that it will require about 100 kilovolts to boost him up back to
Yeah,
operating.
no problem. All right. I'm gonna jury rig together. I'm gonna pull the outlet out of the wall and rewire it to the right configuration.
Of the stagecoach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's got no battery. There's no battery.
There's no battery.
No battery.
You're in a stagecoach.
We need to change cars. This is terrible.
Yes, we do.
Will you give me one of those knowledge checks that you have access to over there?
For sure. Just of random facts?
Yeah, random facts. This Mac knows all kinds of random facts.
That's pretty good. Looking at a success of 9.
You happen to know that just about every electrical substation that is used in residential or commercial power is about 110 kilovolts.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so we need one of those. Should we take a different vehicle?
No, let's just.
I'm right here.
He's growing on me.
Me too. Let's keep him forever.
Yeah, let's wait till he gets the beer shakes and drives off the road.
He's been driving straight as an arrow, so I don't know.
All right, let's head to the nearest substation. I'll Google Maps it.
Excellent. You find one relatively nearby. There are quite a few of them. They're used to narrow power bandwidths down so that they can reach acceptable levels for houses. Now, you are going to knock out a very large power grid by doing this.
Well, not if we wire it right.
And
They'll be fine.
It'll
Just
be more
informing you of the consequences.
where is this power grid station? Like, what's the terrain? Or
You're
geography?
about 18 miles west of Langley at this point.
Okay, what's the terrain like there?
Mostly flat rolling hills. You're getting closer to the floodplain at that point.
Okay, floodplain. Are there any dams in this area? Like, do we
No,
want
the closest river is going to be the Potomac.
Potomac? Okay, so we can't really make it look like an accident, like something natural happened that made it go down.
No, we're gonna have to book it. But I just called an Uber and a Lyft. One of them's for a ride, the other one's for you to have a body.
Appreciate that.
Couldn't we just use the same one? Just take the body and the car? Or is that...
Look,
That's bad.
invariably, Nick is going to get whichever person he takes murdered horribly.
Point.
I'm just going off history here, mate. It's
Yeah.
nothing personal.
Do you really want to leave the record of calling the Uber?
Well, whichever driver has the lowest star rating, I figure that's the one you grab. Or depending on how much water they have in the backseat. Amenities are a big part of the rideshare experience, you know.
It's true. It's true.
You have reached an electrical substation.
Okay, I get the jumper cables.
There are no jumper cables.
There's no
It's a
jumper cables in
stagecoach.
here. But there's plenty of wiring in that box.
Yeah, I'm sure we could find something suitable.
At some
the
point, this
substation.
large metal coffin device was wired up to a bunch of other things.
And
What they were doing, who knows?
Yeah, I'm just gonna strip all the wiring, see what I can use to make a power connection.
You have no idea what you're doing, do you?
Well, I'm not a doctor, but I am an electrician.
Oh, well, in that case, carry on.
Will you go ahead and give me a repair roll for hooking him up to?
Can I toss an assist that way?
Absolutely. Do you have the skill?
With repair, I don't.
Then you'll be rolling against your mind score.
I'll take that. Well, it's an untrained skill, so I can use 10 anyway.
And why can you use 10 on an untrained skill?
Well, I'm just a pretty quick learner. So as long as it isn't about driving or operating vehicles otherwise, I get to roll untrained skills as 10s. However, I did beef it, so it doesn't matter.
All right, you're going to be rolling against your own score. You get no bonus from Mac on this one.
I feel like this part's on rails.
It might very well be.
Nope. Anyone?
I acknowledge that
I
it
guess
was a
Mac just
joke.
needs more training.
Oof.
15, but if I use my +8, I'll beat it by 5, right?
All right, using up that Patreon bonus. Thank you, chat. That is a success. You wire him in, and the power for the surrounding neighborhood immediately goes out as John Stone comes back online.
It's alive! It's alive!
We don't know.
I
what
got him!
pronouns-
Hey! Cuff this dude.
Oh,
We've
I
been
already
for
did.
a long time.
John, you've been asleep for 5 years.
I understand the talking rabbit may
Okay.
seem a little strange.
I don't think that helps. I don't
It's
think 5
McPherson.
years helps.
Yeah,
He's on our list.
right. We just look at the box. Look at the box. There's a box.
Look at the box.
Okay, you've been in that box for a while.
See how the cables are going from the box into you?
I didn't do the box. Nothing to do with the box.
The hell's going on here?
Okay, that's kind of what we're trying to figure out too. So, near as we can tell, we're being invaded by aliens. Is that right?
It's a bit reductive, but yeah.
By something that is nicer to say than aliens.
A rabbit was just talking for reference.
Oh, and
It's in the hoodie. You almost choked out the rabbit, too.
Boing.
Hold on.
and yeah,
Systems test.
that's a talking rabbit.
All systems operational, Mr. Stein.
So McFernan, the boy there, he's with us.
So he's not on our list anymore.
We don't have a list anymore.
5 years? Are you serious?
Yeah, I made that up. It's been like a week.
What the hell's going on, Patrick?
Near as I can tell, we're being invaded by some kind of aliens.
Yeah.
I could. Do you mind getting your news from a rabbit? It's going to sound strange.
I can.
Don't.
Sounds like Nick.
It's Nick Krieger.
it's
That's
Nick.
right. You
Yeah.
have your ears so good. You could have been a singer or a judge on The Voice or something.
I don't actually need to sit down, but I feel like I should sit down.
Take a seat on one of the wooden benches.
You also come to realize you're in a stagecoach.
Not my concern. This is it. If he captured me in a stagecoach, that just makes it par for the course, really.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here, Nick?
All the pilots are gone. And what he says about aliens is true in the sense that there are metapilots from another universe, we have not determined which, that have infiltrated this reality and are changing events.
And we know this for sure?
We've confirmed it with at least one pilot. We have suspicions of at least one more, because as with us, we assume that they work in teams.
We know
He's on our side.
Ooh, we have all that information that we took from the
Yeah.
safe house.
They bagged everybody else.
Can we give that to...
Absolutely.
Here, have a flash drive from the rabbit. I don't know where your ports are, and I wasn't going to do that without your permission.
Well.
No shit.
Hey!
Sorry.
A quick downloading of information reveals that, in fact, he is telling the truth. 2 weeks ago, a presidential order canceled the Planet Metaverse program and ordered everyone involved be rounded up. You are scheduled to be extradited, but it doesn't list to where or how.
So we're just adrift now.
Well, no, I mean, technically we're on the run.
Yeah.
We've got a lead. We know where everybody was last seen.
And we know that the group was building some kind of technological dais that we could not determine either the level of technology or what it did, but that it was related to your extradition.
It looked like some kind of portal.
Last I remember, I was able to get into the metaverse, and all of a sudden, I just got stuck. I was like stuck in myself. And I remember your voice. You said you were there, and then you weren't. What's Tom up to?
I'm right here.
Okay, you're still there.
Excuse
Are we
me?
talking about Hawaiian shirt Tom that died like months ago?
Who's Tom?
Tactical Operations Matrix, I think.
You remember we used to just call him the Bad Man.
Oh, okay.
He's the Bad Man.
Well,
We are
This
two
isn't-
distinctly different entities.
this is not that Tom. This is, I don't know, like Tom's younger brother Tim or something. He's pretty benevolent. He's just kind of there. He's not trying to control or kill or hurt or anything. He's just hanging out.
And you?
Yeah.
Whew. Well, if that's not a computer virus, I don't know what is.
I am not a virus.
He's not a virus.
Did he just tell you to say that?
Well,
And then you just did it, what he said right there?
I've been communicating
That's probably
with
not a
him.
virus. I wouldn't worry about it.
I've been communicating with him for a while internally, and I don't feel any kind of threat. There's nothing malevolent about him. He's just kind of there.
But you were turned off and losing power for a minute.
Well, who caught me? Somebody trapped me. I got stuck inside myself, couldn't do anything, and you guys rescued me from who?
It looks like us.
What?
Our own technicians, yeah. Our own operatives. They picked us up. They tried to get me.
We're actually hoping you could help fill us in there. Do you have any sort of sensor log from that time? Do you remember seeing or hearing anything?
Someone attempted to access your memory banks, Mr. Stone. They were unsuccessful.
So apparently somebody tried to access my data banks and couldn't do it. like I said, last I remember was jacking into my own body and getting stuck. Trying to communicate. It's like, well, what people call locked-in syndrome. I just couldn't, like, I knew I was there, but I couldn't do anything about it.
It's almost like a coma, in a way.
Except
a waking
you were
coma.
conscious. It's probably your meat brain.
Well,
That's
yeah.
we just call it a brain.
Right, but he's got like 3 in there, right? Have you seen the CPU storage he had before he looked like this?
Enough about me. Okay. What was your last objective?
Can I tell he's been upgraded?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're more you than you were before.
Yeah, I've been getting more of a handle on my abilities.
No, I mean, they changed you.
What do you mean?
I mean, you had like, I don't know, still 20-30% of your body left before, and now there's nothing. You're all wires.
Patrick is correct. They have removed organic material from you.
What?
You were locked in your body because the only part of you that was alive still, everything was shut down except for your actual brain, which is still getting enough electricity to keep you alive. Your heart don't beat, that's for sure.
So make me more of a machine. They. And who the hell is they?
I don't know, but that's not exactly our technology, is it? I mean, we were on the bleeding edge when we made your arm.
All right, look. They took my brother from me, now they're taking all my humanity, everything away from me. Who do we answer to now? Anybody? No one?
Well, I mean, the pilot's got to be out there somewhere, and you're one of them. You should be able to, I mean, you can see him, right?
I can see him. It's sort of a halo above him, almost the imprint, a translucent something.
So now we got something else that can find him.
It's a step.
They're stripping away everything that made me human. Everything, except my brain. My mind's all I have left.
You get used to it.
Aren't you just a brain, basically? I feel like I hit a nerve there.
It's not about me right now.
All right. What have you been working on since I've been under?
Running and then trying to find you after I got the boy.
Is anybody else on our side?
Right now, Nick.
How did that... Don't worry about it. And you're still a rep. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
According to the download of files that they just gave you, General Jackson and Dr. Jebediah Lexington were rounded up and incarcerated, as were Agent Lizzie Foster and Agent Wendy Gates, who previously were on your team.
All right, so all of our old team has been put on the list now.
But do you know where they are? Do you have access to that information?
I know where their last were, but that's irrelevant now. I'm sure they were taken and stored somewhere, just like I was. Okay, first, can we get him a new body? This is freaking me out.
We're still waiting on the ride.
Are there any cars, any maintenance crews or
I
anything
got
that's
2
come out yet?
Ubers on the way.
In fact, the Uber and Lyft have both just pulled up.
All right, I'll hop out and hop up over to them and see which one of them doesn't stop.
Oh. Both drivers are actually pulled to a stop, not wanting to run over the rabbit.
Aw,
All right.
little bunny.
I'll head up like this, ears. Then I'll take out the Glock and go, move. What are the vehicles?
I probably think that's adorable.
You have a small SUV. I will leave the brand name out to not endorse them.
Fair enough.
And a hybrid vehicle.
I'll take the SUV.
Because you never know when you're going to have to drive through a wall.
We are gonna have to get the gun bag with us from the couch too.
I'm still here. Reese, still around. Don't want to be ditched.
No,
it's-
nobody's going to ditch you.
I mean,
Go,
you
go,
can go into dude form and come with. I guess.
You know, Reese.
Yeah.
There is a brew pub, not 8 miles from here.
So are we going there?
Well, I mean,
Why don't you meet us there?
Yeah, we already called the car, and we're on the lam.
Well, why do I feel like you're trying to ditch me?
That's ridiculous.
Oh,
I give it
come
a
on,
slap.
no.
I give it a
Reese.
slap on the horse, like I try and hit the horse.
You are totally trying to ditch me.
No, shoot.
Is it because I'm conspicuous? It's
No,
because I'm conspicuous.
It's because you're conspicuous.
I mean, you brought it
Okay.
up.
and you drive drunk.
Okay, so it's a drunk stagecoach. This is the best you can do, Patrick.
Oh, I'm glad that you put this on me instead of you weird people.
What does this have to do with me?
You're the driver, the mechanic, the rigger. You're able to do all the stuff with the machines and you.
This is a stagecoach.
Yeah, it is a stagecoach.
Got all my teeth. That's good.
It's a stagecoach that talks. We're making a posse of things
Look,
that shouldn't talk.
we
that
had-
talk,
we
like
had to
rabbit
ditch a
or
car.
stagecoach.
We were at a gas station.
So you couldn't find a sober stagecoach?
Oh,
There
context.
literally were no
Couldn't
cars.
find, like,
There was just a
12-stepping
stagecoach.
stagecoach.
I tried, man. I did. The world is working against us, mate.
Reese, can I level with you real quick?
Yeah, please.
We just don't have the money for any more beer. That's the truth of the matter. And we don't want to try and solicit your services without being able to pay for them. It'd be very rude.
And I don't want you to leave. I left most of my stash under your seat there.
That's okay.
In fact, I'm gonna
I can
get
hold
that
out
right
for
now.
beer for a little while. I mean,
No,
I kind of
no.
like you guys.
Hey, and we like you too, buddy.
And I don't have to be conspicuous. Hologram projectors, horses, hologram projectors. Don't have to look like a stagecoach.
Tell me more.
Hologram projectors. What do you want to look like?
Where'd you find this?
We
Literally,
station.
gas station parking lot.
I suspect it was a metaquake, little bleed between universes. Somehow became sentient. It happens.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, like the time when my Winnebago turned into a big lady.
Can you be a Winnebago?
What happens to the Winnebago anyway?
I can look like a Winnebago from the outside. I don't really change what I am. Hologram projectors.
What can
Right,
you look
right.
like?
So not as good as a Winnebago. That's fine. I mean, no, we still like you.
These two poor rideshare drivers
What
just
happens to
watch
the Winnebago?
One of them, Nick, is occupying the other one.
I'll
that's
pay off the Lyft guy with the Uber guy's cash, or vice versa.
He drives
Oh,
off
want
in
a
the
rabbit?
hybrid.
Here you go.
He drives off in the hybrid, leaving you the SUV.
I'm gonna miss that bunny.
Come on, guys. I can look like a Winnebago. I can. I'll look like a Winnebago for you if you
Did the
want.
bunny crap its fur when you left it?
I'm gonna check my hood for
You like that?
rabbit crap.
There is none.
Yes.
Pellet free, my friend.
Please, guys.
I think we should keep him.
It's just I always drive and it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, fine. Look like a Winnebago.
Yes. From the outside, it looks like a Winnebago.
It would be hard to overstate how little I care.
Right? Yeah.
So why do we have this SUV then?
Well, he wasn't exactly forthcoming with the I can look like anything information.
Wait a
So-
second. This is a super advanced stagecoach. What does he have? What is the innards like? Does he have like stuff inside we can use?
Excuse me, I'm right here. You're not taking me apart.
Well, no. I mean, like when you step in the stagecoach, is it like tricked out with all kinds of advanced technology and like?
It looks like a regular old style stagecoach inside.
Oh, what? Okay. Yeah, well.
The metaverse is a weird place.
Are the horses pulling it?
There were holographically projected horses. Now those projectors are being used to make it resemble a Winnebago.
So there are at least holographic projectors in it, but otherwise it's a 19th century stagecoach.
So it
Right.
has like 0 horsepower.
0 horsepower. And the turning radius of a stagecoach.
What's the turning radius of a Winnebago?
It was going particularly
Worse.
fast the last time you were in it.
This is an improvement.
Much faster than a
true.
stagecoach pulled by horses could go.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
We can at least strip the SUV for like the toolkit and other things like that.
Well, here, let me make let me at least use the SUV to create a plausible reason for why the power went down.
We don't have another body for you to jump into.
You can still blow it up in the power station.
Why are we blowing up the power station?
Because we just knocked out all the power and we don't want to
Right,
be
but
traceable.
they can fix it, and these people will have power.
You're right,
again.
sorry, force of habit. Let's just keep going.
This is not a government we're trying to destabilize. Yet.
Okay.
Also, residential area.
Do we at least have a base of operations so we can kind of regroup and plan and not
Right.
be conspicuous.
I mean,
Right now it's a stagecoach.
it's the stagecoach, and we've got that bunker that we cracked into. I don't think anybody's going to go back there.
Well, there is one place that we haven't checked out.
Including us.
Remember that safe deposit box we found? The key.
Yeah.
To that place out in Nevada.
So we gotta go to
You have to cross the country.
That's across the country.
road trip.
Road
In a
trip.
stagecoach.
Come on, buddy. I'm going to pat the dash. The stagecoach.
I'm ready.
dash.
I've always wanted to go on a road trip, guys.
Well,
Look, we're going back
you'd
to
be
this
built
old
for it if
country.
you were a Winnebago.
More Winnebago jokes.
No, not a joke. Wish you were a Winnebago.
It's really great for my self-esteem.
I still like you, buddy.
I'm indifferent.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Let's at least go through Colorado and take him to the Coors Brewery or something.
Yeah. why not?
Maybe he'll lose his taste for beer there.
Why don't we just get there as fast as we can?
All right, can you get us there as fast as you can?
Absolutely.
Can you even play music?
What do you want to hear? I get all the radio stations.
On what?
I don't know. I don't even know where my speakers are, but man, they work.
Well, I'm not listening to "Take Me Home, Country Roads" for the next 1,000 miles. So you better, cycle through and get some.
How about the next mile and a half?
Cycling through for the next mile and a half of radio stations, there's a lot of news traffic about terrorists.
Can you get us off these tracks?
Patrick Leibowitz O'Kelly is currently the most wanted man in America.
Oh, good, it's me.
Hey,
bullcrap.
you made it. I know
They
that's-
talk about several events happening, a Walmart explosions,
That
a
was me.
helicopter blown up,
Also me.
numerous police officers killed.
I did that one.
Some you, some me.
It's sort of
Seven
a-
him.
You know,
It's currently traveling with two unidentified other accomplices.
that would be you two.
Oh, yeah, you with your accent. Why'd you sing 500 miles there?
You know those boys aren't Irish, right?
It doesn't matter. The accent is still applicable. It's close enough to us. North Americans don't care, dude. Irish, Scottish, Flemish, Welsh, we don't care.
Well, I'm gonna have to go completely in disguise, completely incognito. Change everything about myself, hence the hat. Part one of the perfect disguise.
So while we're on our way, traveling to
I'm
Arizona.
on my way.
Via
Misery,
I'm on my
the
way.
happiness today.
You're about an hour into the trip on 193 outside of Great Falls. Hitting the Georgetown Turnpike, there is a roadblock set up ahead. They're checking cars that are going through.
Are there any helicopters?
Are they checking Winnebagos as they go through? I check
You
the
don't see any
stagecoaches.
I am out of ideas.
I am making a covert operations check to further disguise myself.
Further tuck your hat down.
That's right. No one will recognize me. I will blend in with
gonna-
Middle America.
I'm going to take my glasses off. That's my disguise.
So, hold on. So you're able to project images over yourself to look like other kind of vehicles. Can you project images over us to make us look like other people?
I don't know. I can try to make us look different. What does it look like?
A white family of 4.
Got to be the most inconspicuous we can.
I'm even wearing a cardigan.
And we're in the back, not touching each other. I'm not
Dad!
crossing his line. I'm not. The line is here.
Dad!
I'm not touching you.
Dad! Dad!
What? What's wrong? I'm not doing anything.
I love you, Sharon.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, we
It's
pull
about
up.
20 minutes waiting in line as they're passing cars through and checking them out. Seems to be mostly state police.
We're both men.
Virginia's a blue state.
Great. We're from Virginia. I love it.
As you pull up, one of the state police approaches the driver's side window.
I roll down the.
Takes a
Hello
glance
there,
and-
officer. What can we do for you? Mayonnaise.
Oh, just looking for some
That's racist.
terrorist suspects.
I'm offended. On behalf of all my white friends, I find that racist.
You seen anybody suspicious on your road trip?
Suspicious? Well, whatever do you mean? Oh, I'm scared.
Oh my. And where are you folks headed?
West, of course. We're going to see the great American West.
Family road trip. Well, you folks be safe out there, all right? He waves you through.
Have a great day. Be safe. God bless.
Dad! Oh, God.
Okay, well, I mean, that could have gone worse.
Yeah.
I was going to resort to
through the
making out if it
turnpike.
had gone much longer.
And into the small town, relatively, of Great Falls, through a few blocks, and then back out the other side, continuing on the 193. Everyone give me notice checks, please.
Okay, I beat that by 11.
Success.
I beat by 1.
I beat by 4.
And I beat by 9.
Oh no, I beat by 7.
Just as you were pulling away through Great Falls, looking back, just out of habit for you, you noticed one of the vehicles near the little roadblock set up. There was a guy in a suit, had that little glowing halo around him.
We got a metapilot behind us.
Oh really?
Yes.
And then turning the corner, he was gone again, but you definitely saw one of those guys back there.
Was there anyone in the car with him?
He was standing outside of his vehicle.
Standing outside of his vehicle.
Like he was watching all the progress pass through the roadblock.
Okay.
He was the only one that was a Metapilot out of all those guys back there.
Hang on, I'll be back. Hop into another cop back there.
All right.
Hop on cop.
And I just want to, well, yeah.
I've got the chloroform out for the Uber driver.
Good, I forget, thank you. I want to follow him, see if I can get a number on the plate, or the car number.
When you hop back there and take over that cop's body, he has just gotten into an SUV and has started driving off, following where the Winnebago just went.
Perfect. I'll take a back seat.
There's no one in the back seat of his vehicle.
I mean, I'll let him drive.
He's, as we learned in the last episode, you can't hop into the body of someone who's being piloted. There's already 2 souls in there.
Okay, 2. Okay, well, can I, so if I want to accelerate until I can see the car that the other pilot was in and just relay that information, well, memorize that information and then jump back.
For this hopping back, as they have traveled a bit of a distance at this point, I'm going to need a soul roll from you to make that jump.
Beat it by 7.
You are able to make that out of sight jump, which is pretty difficult.
Before I go, does the cop have any food in his car?
Oh yeah.
I throw it all out the window, and then I hop back.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. Here's the car number. Here's the plate number. Here's the road they were on. Here's the general heading they were going.
Right. That's.
And the food, strangely enough, no donuts, all vegetables.
But they're going the same way we are. Let's hide behind one of those awful road signs and just wait for it to go by.
We'll do the cop thing on the cops.
Right.
Well, when we do it, it's illegal.
Everything
I'm
we do.
literally the most wanted man in America.
I shot 7 police officers. with
Don't
1
ever
bullet.
say that
And
out
that's
loud
so
again.
cute.
No, it was bad.
Wow, you've been
I'll do it
bringing them
again.
along.
You pull out of Great Falls, get back on the 193.
Are they still near us anywhere?
There's no vehicle, well, no other traffic behind you other than the traffic that was following you through the horrible roadblock.
But I mean, cops. They are around us. We already left them behind.
You left them behind.
Okay.
You've, at this point, traveled all the way through Great Falls.
Hey, Reese, I've got a question for you. You can get any kind of radio station. How about police scanners?
Oh, you got it!
Let's hear what's going on.
Now, the police bandwidth kicks on, and they're mostly communicating about back and forth between roadblocks, checking vehicles. There's a lot of incredulous officers talking about why they're looking for a stagecoach. It's ridiculous.
All right, how far west do the roadblocks extend?
They're actually extending north and south.
North and south.
You pass through the barrier, as it were.
If we're trying to hide out behind one of them road signs, we could just see if we could get the hologram thing to make this thing look like a rusted out old heap.
Or a tree. Or
I guess also that.
gaggle of geese.
A gaggle of geese, really?
I don't know.
Hanging out behind a sign?
I just assumed that
Right.
a rusted out
Standing
old car would be
rigidly
less
still.
of a problem.
I'm sorry. It's that's a terrible idea. I'm so
Not
high.
honking or crapping?
By the way, in the booth, if we could get like a superimposed map with a little stagecoach being tracing out across the country, that'd be really awesome. So if you can work on that, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, you can't do that though, can you, Reese? You know what could do that? My old Winnebago. I'm beginning to like this thing more and more.
You're gonna give him a drinking problem.
He has a drinking problem.
I don't think it's a problem. I think
Did he
just
have the
has a
problem
drink.
before he met you guys, or?
Oh yeah, no, he
with the
came
problem?
fully equipped with
to say.
alcoholism.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
Says the Irishman.
I will have you know that I have a drug problem as well.
It comes from a place of knowledge and heart.
Yes. I know that this will make my heart stop.
You've left Great Falls behind and are traveling further westward. In about 45 minutes or so in, I'm gonna need notice checks from everyone again.
Oh, this time I apparently wasn't paying attention. Oh, I made it by 3.
By 5.
I fail.
I beat it by 14.
Oh!
Calm down.
There are just too many government plate SUVs in the traffic behind you at this point. There's just too many of them. There's 6 or 7 of them spread out through. They're trying to be inconspicuous, but at this point you are 100% certain your Winnebago is being followed.
Sure, it was only about time. How did they not get tricked by our bulletproof disguises? It's kind of weird.
Oh, no. Don't worry about it. I got this. We are going to lose them in the pack.
I get it.
Oh,
Get me some smoke.
I can do that.
Oh, and some smoke grenades.
Right, yeah. Thankfully, they're both in the go bag.
Good boy.
While we're doing this, so I'm assuming that they don't operate on police band. They're probably communicating in some kind of disguised channel amongst themselves.
Cellular signals.
But
Can you?
I want to see if I can piggyback on it and find out what they're saying about us.
Go ahead and give me a computers check over there, Mr. Stone.
What are they saying about us?
Smoke grenades.
Is it nice?
What is that? Beat it by 7.
Beat it by 7. It is a combination of Homeland Security and federal agents who are under orders by an Agent Roberts to maintain distance but continue pursuit and monitoring them.
Roberts is the dude.
So Agent Roberts is calling the shots to these guys.
He's one of the pilots. Is he the guy I saw, or was that a different one, or could I tell?
That was the one that escaped when
So
the
that was
truck tried
Roberts.
to take John Stone. Yeah, the one
So
you
we saw Robert. Roberts is the guy that I saw at the checkpoint.
Is he in one of these vehicles, or is he?
He seems to be communicating them with them from somewhere else. He is not in one of these vehicles. The other bit of information you gained from this crosstalk from him is there is currently an AWACS overhead monitoring you. It's at about 20,000 feet.
Perfect.
So probably out of jumping range.
Well out of jumping range.
No. So here's what I got. I've taped it. He's clearly duct taped together a bunch of smoke grenades.
Okay.
There you go, guys.
I love it.
This is actually among the top Zoe production values.
Another
we've noticed.
RoboCam on that.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty nice.
And so you have to imagine that at the same time, we're now running down the road trying to lose my love. 'Cause every minute on my mind.
All right.
Yeah, that's how that goes. All right.
So.
Take it easy.
Hashtag John Buff. Hey guys, did anyone check John for any extra traces when you turned him on hard?
No, we did not.
Good point.
Extra traces.
Right. All right. The
That'll be
mechanical
on you, boy. I'm in the middle of something.
Do your thing.
Mechanical man might be bugged.
It's okay, I grabbed the toolbox.
I would know if I'm bugged or not bugged.
Hey, hey,
That's what someone who's bugged would say.
Reese,
Yeah.
if I was to climb on top of you, would the hologram still cover me?
As long as you are laying down.
Not a problem.
Don't stand up or you'll be like, it'll look funny. That's all.
All right, so I go up there and I duct tape those 4 smoke bombs on the right in the middle of the roof.
Okay.
Then I give Reese instructions that on my signal, you're an SUV,
I can do
a
that.
black SUV
Okay.
with government plates, just like the ones following us. If you,
I can do that.
all right. But first, I'm gonna hit these smoke bombs, and you're gonna hit the brakes after I count to 5. Got it?
Okay.
Great. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Give me a demolitions check, please.
Got to get the AWAC too. So I beat it by 10.
That is a critical success. You have a perfect timing setting off your smoke, which covers the entire highway very quickly and the majority of the pack of cars. None of you can see anything except for you, John. You can see just fine through smoke.
Jump in that pothole.
As soon as they start driving into the smoke, we'll just start driving too as another SUV. Let them get a couple of them get past us, move to the back of the pack, and
At this point, I would like to see if I can do any rooting around on Robo Boy over there.
I'm not sure if he's consenting or not, so that might be a problem.
First of all,
Hashtag cool ruled.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Chad.
noise.
Ooh.
Got a little bit towards it. We'll get that by the end, I think.
so first of all, you're not rooting around anybody. Number one.
Right.
Number two, you call me Robo Boy again, I'll snap your neck.
I'm
kid.
sorry.
He would be within his rights to do so.
That's correct.
Third of all, I did a full system check compared to my first baseline check when I first came online. I have not been bugged.
Great. I'm just gonna put the
You do
screwdriver
that.
back.
Yeah, you do that.
What about the giant coffin that we've been taking with us this whole time?
We still have that? Why'd you bring it with us?
We didn't say we didn't.
Well, that could be bugged. That certainly could be bugged.
Oh.
I mean, it's probably being tracked.
Probably been tracked this the whole time.
Yeah, well, okay then.
Push it out of the bag.
Push it out of the bag.
It makes a loud noise as it bounces along the highway.
Good thing that smoke obscures noise.
No, they'll hear lots.
It's very dead smoke.
It's probably a lot.
One of the vehicles following you crashes into it and starts a small accident on the highway as well.
Cool.
And as the smoke finally clears out, you're traveling in with still the stagecoach on the inside, but the exterior is a black government SUV.
All right,
Can I
this
get a
is
cop
not
stab?
going to work for very long.
No, not at all.
But for right now, they
So-
look like assholes.
So we should probably fall back, gradually fall back to the back of the pack so we can pull off and go somewhere else.
Yeah. We're just letting them get a little ahead of us, see? And then we're just gonna fall off.
As you get ahead, there are none of those government SUVs are with you. You're alone on the highway. Most of them have been left behind in the smoke and the crash, or perhaps pulled off pursuit. You're not quite sure.
Now the AWAC is still over us?
Most certainly over the area.
Over the area, okay.
What is the range? Sorry, yeah, the coverage range of an AWAC.
That's a, well, it's not beyond me, I can tell you that much.
About
if they
600 kilometers.
Because if they can send signals amongst themselves and communicate via the AWAC, I'm assuming that it's the hub for their communications amongst each other.
Generally used for observation, but you could also relay communication through them.
Right, so certainly I can. If they can do it, I can do it. I want to see if I can find, what was his name, Robertson?
Roberts.
Agent Roberts.
I want to see if I can find out where he is. Where he's broadcasting from, where any
Give me a
data.
computer-based check to see if you can trace that signal.
Well, look at that, beat it by 6.
A special agent in charge, Roberts, is inbound in a helicopter.
Helicopter, you said?
Inbound to
Oh,
what?
we-
The AWAC?
The last reported position of the suspects, just a little ways away from that roadblock you went through.
We've got a gun for
About
that.
where you set off that smoke bomb is
So
where he's
here's,
headed to.
we fought when we fought with this guy before. He was shedding a lot of damage, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you from King Teddy.
Wait, this is the guy that was throwing stuff, right?
You didn't really fight with him.
He's
The
the guy
one
who
guy
had
you
me.
shot was at the technician who you ended up incinerating and killing.
Right.
Can you narrow it down a bit?
The agent Roberts grabbed hold of the coffin and carried it with one
Right.
hand and threw it in the back of
Okay,
the truck.
so we don't know if his
So-
shell is any stronger than.
Which brings a
No.
question. I'm quite heavy.
Very.
So, is he also a cyborg? Or at least partially?
You have no idea.
Can you tell if there's anyone else in the helicopter with him? Because I could either kill him or potentially bring him to a spot we can capture him.
I like that.
We're gonna capture Superman guy?
I think
not?
we capture Superman.
Because, okay, I'm just saying. Now, I've been with various programs and projects over the years, and every time we go after one of these super people, they kill all of us. All of us, and usually it's you.
We blew up the last one.
Or the Jackson kid, or we should get a better idea of what he's got.
Fair enough.
I want information. I mean, he's not gonna be the head dude. He's doing some of the grunt work. He's gonna be on site. He's not the head guy. Probably. There's probably somebody above him. Plus, there are other pilots. We have to figure out where our other friends are.
Right.
We've got other agents that got captured. We have the general's been captured, right? Plus, there's somebody pulling Robert's strings. We don't want to go into a tussle with these guys. We want to find out. We can find out.
Fine. No, we don't have enough intel or yet, and we still have that thing to get to in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
So we found the key to in Jeb's office.
Guys, I've been keeping an ear on that police band since you changed the channel. They put another roadblock ahead. We're going to be hitting it pretty soon unless we get off this highway.
Well, we're getting off.
Sounds good to me.
Good thing stagecoaches are mostly off-road vehicles.
It is fairly suburbia where you're at. These are really high-end suburban homes, and most of them have really large plots of land they're on in this section, Virginia. You're very close also to the Maryland border. It's a little ways to the north of you.
Okay.
In fact, you are not far from the Potomac or Trump National Golf Club. In fact, is not too far from it either.
We could drive through that one.
It's so tempting.
Terrible.
Oh, trying to keep low profile, low profile, low profile. Okay.
We're in such trouble.
But the roadways out of here are fairly limited. With just a few roadblocks, they can isolate this whole area.
We basically gave away what area we're in with that smoke bomb.
Right, but they were literally right on us.
That's true.
And now they're not.
I don't know.
It most certainly gave you a bit of the slip for a moment. Rather than looking right at you, now they are looking at an area for you.
So Robert's in his vehicle or a helicopter heading toward the last checkpoint. Or the new
Yeah, he was
checkpoint?
heading towards that roadblock where you were spotted at,
The last one.
which is now about 6 or 7 miles behind you. Clearly someone found a way to spot you despite your hologram.
Yeah, I figured that. So you're the only one that can really be inconspicuous.
That's because I have no actual.
Exactly.
Nick, John, both give me mind checks, please.
I failed that one by 7.
John,
Oh, me.
roll against your mind score, please.
Still got fuzzy, fuzzy, cute, cute stuck in my head. So.
I understand.
Matched it.
You stop that.
Good enough.
Oh, sorry.
You come to the conclusion that perhaps though you were disguised by a hologram, that pilot there could see that there were 2 pilots inside of this Winnebago.
If pilots can see pilots, good point.
They can only see pilots when they're in avatars.
Well, I'm not an avatar. I'm
Not found
Neither
that to be
am I.
100% true.
I mean, right. Okay.
So, well, the point is, they're going to be able to find me. And, because no matter what I look like, any kind of basic scan will determine I'm not human.
What kind of equipment? It's not like we're carrying around X-ray machines.
It's true.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Robert's going to figure out. If I'm anywhere near, he can tell that I'm not a normal person, so I can't really hide.
Okay.
For
So
that
which one-
individual to have seen you, they had to be within sight of you. There was no looking at you from the computer monitor and figuring that out. They clearly saw when you drove by the roadblock.
So
But
that's
I would
fun.
imagine Roberts has a way of detecting me, or
Possible.
other pilots.
It's possible.
So what I'm getting at is, when he lands, we definitely need to somehow get close enough to find out what's going on with him. So who of us can get close enough?
It depends on if he's dumb enough to bring anyone with him. I can take over someone else. I tried to take him over back at the base, and it bounced right out hard. If I hadn't been lucky, I would have been stuck in him. Or he would have been able to take me back, is the feeling I got.
Both of those, though. That's what they said.
Do we still have the rabbit?
No.
No, we gave it to the Uber driver. I do miss
Interesting
that
tip.
rabbit.
Despite being disguised as a SUV, the stagecoaches are doing marvelously well on the off-road through people's yards.
If only it could float.
Actually, I think I can.
Well,
Can you?
you haven't played Oregon Trail, have you?
I don't know if we can go through people's yards because eventually somebody's going to put in a call to the police saying, "Hey, there's a stagecoach going through our yard."
Head
It's
to the
currently
river.
a government-looking SUV with government plates.
Oh, true.
There's cops doing cop
Head to
things.
the river.
Cop,
I can do
cop
that.
Things.
And in about 15 minutes of driving, he drives into the Trump National Golf Club and across the green, ruins a few of the holes on the way through,
Now this guy's a golf cart.
A giant golf cart. A stretch golf cart.
and then into the Potomac.
Riverboat.
A southern gambling style riverboat.
Yep.
Maverick.
Yep. I always wanted to be on.
Lots of
Can I
vest
get a cool
pockets.
hat
Yeah.
with this
Derringers.
hologram?
I guess.
Thanks. I just want to look the part.
All right.
Okay. So how do we get close to Roberts to find out some info?
At the moment, you are traveling further and further away from his
Yeah.
last confirmed position.
Yeah, that's kind of the.
Guess the question is, do we use one of us as bait?
Why do we want this man?
I don't know. This is
How
not
does
my
this
world.
help us escape?
We can't just escape. We have to find out what we're up against.
Yeah, we do.
What's going on? Who's on our side? How to get our friends out so we can get help?
We still have the
Where
one.
the bad guys are? Who's in charge?
We have the one lead that's in Nevada. And earlier, we kind of decided we weren't going to try to take them on directly until were better equipped.
So
Yeah,
are
whatever
we?
that means.
We are still going to Nevada.
What's
though.
in Nevada?
We found in Jeb's office the key to a safe deposit box that somehow was either left there as a clue or as a trap.
In General Jackson's office.
In General Jackson's office,
In
sorry.
the family photograph.
Oh, why
In the
didn't you tell
family
me
photograph.
that?
Because I forgot. I have a fractured memory. It's a gestalt that keeps getting refreshed every time I hop bodies. I don't even remember what I've forgotten.
I am so high.
I'm very afraid. If we're all being honest right now.
Would you
Can
like some
I-
apple juice?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where did this come from?
Don't ask.
I say let's go to Nevada because I'm
Apples.
figuring Roberts. If he can carry me with one arm, this dude is powerful.
And we do seem. Are we getting farther away?
And I assume, yeah, we are getting farther away. I assume Roberts probably does have some goons with him.
No
Right.
roadblocks on the Potomac.
I mean, you told me you shot one of his guys in the back with a 50 cal or something, and he just took a knee. Did you guys say that?
It was alarming.
It was alarming.
Yep.
It's a thing you remember.
He did not seem happy about it, but he didn't seem like, he was also exploded.
All right.
Which is my new understanding usually what happens.
Yeah, it's first-hand knowledge of that, actually.
Nevada it is. Take it easy.
So the incineration did seem to work. I mean, there were only shoes left after that.
Mm-hmm. When in doubt, burn the shit out of it.
Burn it up, blow up a Stargate, do all the good business.
You travel about 2 hours on the Potomac. It's not as fast traveling on the river. Reese is just not as quick as he was on
Reese
the
can
road.
float?
Seems to be floating just fine.
Wow. Good job.
Still looks like a stagecoach inside, but he's reshaped
Are we
himself to look
taking
more like a
water? Are we
riverboat.
like up to our junk in
Not at
swamp
all.
water? Oh, so he really floats on the water.
And the wheels are below the water, halfway.
So paddle wheels on the Potomac.
It's good for you.
All right. Do we get mint juleps or anything, or?
Do you have a bar, Reese?
If I did, I'd drink it.
Yeah, remember, he
That was a
doesn't
stupid question.
doesn't like the hard stuff.
How do you drink exactly?
He was
Reese?
very excited about that
It's
moonshine.
in
Well,
this,
that depends.
this intake funnel here. That we had to pour beer after beer after beer into once we were. You know what? Doesn't matter.
So he doesn't
We're
run on-
floating down a river on a stagecoach that drinks beer and talks.
Do you have any magic cowboy stuff that might be useful, Reese?
Magic cowboy stuff.
It's a magic stagecoach.
It's not magic.
Isn't it though?
What are you, Reese?
I'm a transforming stagecoach. Now, the river gets a little rougher once we pass White's Ferry. I just got to warn you, I'm not so sure I can float that part.
We're probably.
Well, can you get out before then, though?
Can
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Can you tell us
Right,
what?
so do that.
Reese,
I'm only pretending to drive. Don't know why I'm still doing it.
police band question. Are we beyond the roadblocks at this point?
The roadblocks are north and south of us, parallel to our position.
Parallel to our position. Okay.
Good thing
So-
we're going west.
Let's
Because
keep
they're
going
not river,
west.
They're not river blocks, they're road blocks.
But as long as we're staying on
They are
American highways, we're
concentrating
gonna
their
be in big
search
trouble.
on the highways currently.
Yeah,
All
which
right,
is
well,
the only
let's-
way we have to get
Let's
anywhere.
keep going overland.
It is not long before you, in fact, do reach White's Ferry.
All right.
And there's a few easy spots to get out of the river there. There's a lot of event centers and places where people go and get married in this kind of an area. It's a floodplain.
Yeah, we drive right now.
Really expensive housing, that sort of thing.
I mean, we're not even going to stop to egg anybody.
I've got the eggs in the go bag.
Low profile, guys. Low profile.
Okay. And back on the road you get, and are once again heading out on the highway. And
No highways. No more highways.
There's not really a whole lot of ways out once you take the back roads far enough. You do have to hit highways eventually.
We're gonna hit Appalachia eventually.
Mountain highways.
Yes.
Ones that don't connect to other highways with no way off of them. No.
Pretty much, yeah.
No. Sorry. We'll get caught. Less than a day.
Likely, yeah. So maybe we should.
Change vehicles?
Oh,
Hey!
No,
whoa.
no. Just like,
he doesn't have tact, does he?
No,
Is that something that he hasn't
no.
learned yet?
Not quite.
I'm just trying to be honest. Reese is our friend, and I think we should. Keep
We were
it
just
real
talking about
with
this
him.
stuff. Can you put on Country Road Take Me Home, Reese, while we're riding
I'll try and find it.
All right.
Oh, you'll find it.
Country Road Take Me Home to the place.
That's enough.
I was born.
Guys, they'll just take the episode down if you keep doing it.
All right.
Yeah. Copyrights
Not on Twitch,
an SOB.
Once it's YouTube, they will, not on Twitch.
Nonetheless, copyright kind of an issue.
We still want to be able to watch on VOD.
It's really important. Anyone who didn't catch it live might want to watch the episode later.
What if we do a remix? We do a remix of it?
Nope.
Oh, Country Road.
Okay.
Okay, I can't. Anyway.
Not the first time I've had to deal with that in a tabletop game.
What, somebody putting your job at risk?
Was somebody doing a remix of Country Road?
Both, actually.
Oh, wow. You live an interesting life there.
I remember the second one.
Afraid so.
Okay. Well, you guys negotiate with our stagecoach friend. I'm gonna try to strategize or something over here in the corner. I'm gonna brood, basically. I'm gonna brood.
Hashtag McBuff because you have faith in your trusty stagecoach.
Aww.
Thank you.
What if,
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
what if we went through the park? I mean, the park, Shenandoah Valley National Park.
I do not have a problem staying off the roads. This thing seems to have no problem with being not on roads.
It also leaves a pretty small footprint, Reese, which is something I've always appreciated about you. There's no emissions. There's no tread. We're not damaging the road when we go overland. Did you see? Even in the golf course, there's a couple like ski skid marks, but that was it.
Oh, I let.
It's pretty low impact.
You know, we get into the we get off of even the hiking trails. It's going to get bumpy for a while, but that's how the pioneers did it, didn't it?
I mean, I think so.
That sounds
I was
right.
not born yet.
That sounds like the whitewashed bullshit I was taught.
Weren't you like king in the West?
Alternate West, yes. We covered
enough.
over a lot of genocide.
Hold on. Reese can turn into like somebody shaped like us. Is there a reason that we couldn't just bring Reese into the next vehicle?
Oh, because he would still be 14 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm a little bigger than you when I change.
I
The
forgot
size
that.
thing doesn't.
I apologize. I've met other weird people since you. No offense. Please don't.
By
choke
the way,
me again.
Reese, can you fight? Just in case we needed to.
I've never been in a fight, but I suppose I could.
That's a no. Do you have any weapons?
My great personality.
It's quite disarming.
Wait a minute, we're in a stagecoach in the Shenandoah Valley. Historical reenactment.
It's going to disguise
Hold
ourselves.
on.
America's most wanted.
What I'm saying is we can disguise ourselves as anything, right?
Amish.
A little far south for that.
Civil War reenactors?
And most cyborgs aren't Amish.
Or
When-
black.
A black Amish cyborg.
Doesn't work.
That it is a
But
little.
I mean, come on, that's like the Sammy Davis Jr. of covert ops.
But you're the Jew. I'm not. I'm just black.
Right, but I'm just saying it's like a trifecta of probably really great things that go great together, like
Okay, so
like
in-
a Reese's
Like
peanut butter
cup.
cup.
in the stovetop of ideas, let's put this one on the back burner
Okay, I see.
and figure out how we're going to continue west without triggering another roadblock and not getting ourselves bottlenecked on a mountain highway where the only way off is down.
Now I've got Country Road to Take Me Home stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
We all do.
Cute, fuzzy, fuzzy, cute, cute, fuzzy, fuzzy. All right, yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Fair enough. All right, we need to make some decisions, gentlemen.
Well, we know we have to go west,
Yes, for sure.
so let's just get there any way we can. You know, we could go to the airport with a grappling hook and a bungee cord and just see what happens.
I mean, they've almost certainly got horse trails through the mountains.
I met.
Speaking of
That's like a
which,
historical thing.
Reese,
Yeah.
are you only land vehicles? You change it to you float on water. Do you
I
fly?
can look like anything. I can't really fly. I can fall.
Yeah, I'm sure you
I
can.
can fall really good.
Let's see, if we had the Jackson kid with us, we'd be fine, because he can just fall straight forward.
That's a good skill. Can I use my random fact knowledge to see if I can figure out if there are any horse trails across the mountains
Of course
nearby?
you can.
That is going to be a success by 4.
Well, not technically horse trails. There's a lot of access points to the Appalachian Trail, which generally runs north and south, but you can use it to use other access points to get across.
So maybe that's the way we go.
And like, there's a ton of them. A lot of really wealthy, privileged white kids. You hike the Appalachian Trail instead of going to college when they graduate high school.
That's true.
We're doing the Oregon Trail.
Fair enough.
I
Still,
guess so.
it's the Appalachians we have
Not
to get
quite
over.
close enough to Oregon. But
Oregon is.
fine.
Well, we got to
I'm
start
saying we're
here.
doing the game.
We made that joke like 40 minutes
I
ago.
don't want to get dysentery at all. Please.
I don't remember anything about the game except the stagecoach and the river.
You can die of dysentery.
I don't care.
You can also shoot like 800 pounds more meat than you can carry.
That's true.
Wasteful.
Buffalo's a
Totally
big animal.
It's wasteful.
We should keep our eyes open for any buffalo.
Yeah.
So we're
Keep them
proceeding
peeled,
then?
kid.
We are proceeding then. Yes.
Yes, we're proceeding west across the horse trails that aren't for horses, pulled by hologrammatic horses.
Reese, play Happy Trails to you until we meet again, however the name is. If you pull that up, please.
I can try and find it.
He only has the radio.
Keep smiling until then.
We're in Virginia. Well, we've just left Virginia. So
left
we'll
Virginia
be
at this
we'll be
point.
good. We can find
So
it.
we're into West Virginia then?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
West
good.
Virginia,
Okay.
Mountain Mama. Anyway, sorry. Okay,
I'm begging you.
so
The one thing he asks us not to do.
is there anything?
West Virginia, the most flammable state.
Ohio.
Coal.
The river in Ohio.
Well,
that's
Texas, a lot of oil there.
Cuyahoga
yeah.
River.
I mean, I'm going for a whole
So-
percentage of. You know,
Per
Is there- is there-
capita
is there-
combustion.
What about the vehicles? Have we totally left them behind? The AWACS is out of range, or is it anywhere in vicinity?
It
Is
would
it?
technically be within range, but again, they're looking at a huge amount of area. Without somebody giving them a general direction to look in, they're looking at thousands and thousands of vehicles and homes moving, daily traffic and everything else. It's, I hate to use the old saying, but it's like picking a needle out of a haystack for them. Without somebody pointing something in the ground, that AWACS is not all that useful.
okay, and given that, I
Fantastic.
would recommend we go radio silent as far as sending or looking for more signals, at least until we think we're out of its range.
Sure. Although I am constantly sweeping for any chatter that sounds like us, any of our names, anything that sounds like a description of us.
Give me a computer's roll, please.
Beat by 6.
There's quite a bit of chatter looking for you, but you can tell from the way that this chatter is going that they don't know where you are, as everyone is looking for you. And within about 300 kilometers of your last position in all directions, there are local, state, and federal authorities on the manhunt. And nobody is reporting anything.
Good, good. So, this key, what did it go to?
Safe deposit box.
Somewhere in Nevada.
I really hope one of you was carrying it and it didn't get blown up in that body I left back there.
Ta-da!
Okay, thank God. Thank you, Patty. Sorry,
What city are you in?
Liam.
Pardon?
It's been a while.
No, you're doing fine.
All right.
You're doing just
Yeah,
fine.
you'll get there. I believe in you.
Thank you.
What was that?
What city are you in?
You're not in any city at this point, using the instructions he was given. Reese is doing his best to avoid any population centers.
Uh-huh. But we're in West Virginia.
Yes, traveling further and further west.
Excellent.
You know, one of the things I love about Reese, and I am indeed saying this out loud, is it's very much like riding a horse, that you don't actually have to pay attention to which way that you're going. He's doing it for us.
Yeah. You know what I love about West Virginia? Lots of little moonshine stills. Right? That's what they did for years and years. Lots of little hidden areas.
You say
tiny
did.
little towns.
Is in past tense.
Sure, we can
Right.
find something.
Including some airstrips.
Ah, bootleggers.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the stagecoach can't fly, no matter how high you are.
The stagecoach isn't on the run from the cops. I am.
Well,
And I'm trying to get to Nevada. I like Reese, but I can meet him there later.
That's true.
That is
Reese,
true. It'd be a lot safer for Reese.
would you be cool meeting us in Nevada if we were to fly there?
Guys, promise you're not going to ditch me.
no, I have no problem with you.
Super
Like
duper promise, I say as I start hacking into like the nearest overhead satellite so I can find an airstrip.
If you have a pinky that I can promise to, I'll do it.
Okay, I guess.
Oh, and it's a computer check.
Yes, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad then.
Yeah,
Well,
it
do you
did
have-
both times?
Do you have a way to communicate with John on a frequency that once you're close enough, you can ping each other?
We could
You seem
probably
pretty
establish
advanced.
a computer link up.
There's
I think Mr. Stone would be better at trying that than me, though.
Well, all right.
Not a problem. I mean, I'm sure you have something similar to a MAC address where I can always identify it's a signal coming from you.
How about an RFID chip?
Fair enough. Put it on him. And yeah, I'll be able to track that.
Just get a piece of scotch tape and I just tape it to the inside of the interior.
You give me a computer's check, Mr. Stone?
Yep, beat it by 3.
All right, you have locked onto the signal on that RFID chip.
Surprised you didn't attach that with plastic.
Pretty sure that you can
No,
pick
I
it
don't
out
want to
from
add
just about
explosives
anywhere.
because I'm going to have to boost the signal with a cell phone. So.
Very good. We'll see you there, Reese. Thank you.
So, you were going to get to wherever you're taking a
Yeah,
plane
why don't we
from,
let him
right?
take us to the airport first?
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm assuming you're looking for one of these off-the-grid airstrips as opposed to an airport.
I'll even take a small international airport if it's not
So,
no bigger than John Wayne.
so here's my question. So, great idea using an abandoned 1930s era airstrip. What are the chances there's going to be a fully fueled airplane there for us to steal?
Or a helicopter.
Ooh, I like helicopters.
Probably somewhere
Sure,
in the high
that has the
60s.
range to get us to Nevada.
There might be a crop dusting plane we can hijack.
I can fly the shit out of that too.
Won't hold all 4 of us, and I'm like 700 pounds.
No, that's no problem. We'll just,
I can find a rabbit.
put you where they put the dust.
Worst comes to worst, we can take a helicopter to the next private airstrip we find, take a real passenger plane. You know, little sucker.
Or
You
just,
aren't far from, in fact, an airport. It's not an international airport by any means,
it's
but
West Virginia.
there are a variety of state-to-state flights that happen there. They're smaller aircraft, but
Very good.
less than 20 miles from your current position. There's
Do you
one,
want me
in
to
fact.
just take one of the planes if there's a pilot in it?
Well, then you'd have to land it.
Do I know how to fly a plane?
Sure, you can figure it out.
I'm sure. I mean, I've played plenty of flight simulators. Helicopters I've got down. I mean, I've taken helicopters
You know,
down.
I'm gonna
is
do
what
the.
I mean.
I'm gonna be the pilot today.
That sounds good.
That's fine.
I'm gonna be the pilot today.
It doesn't take you too long since you're running cross-country and avoiding roads to reach this small airport. It's mostly people's personal craft that are kept in hangars here, but there are a couple of daily flights going both north and south.
Oh, look at all the Cessnas.
Quite a few of those.
All right, now this is my favorite game. It's called Rob the Rich Guy.
Oh, I love this game.
I know you do. Okay, so hangar closest to the airport that doesn't have an actual airline on it. That's where we're looking first.
Sounds right.
You're able to find a lot of planes right away. Your experience with airports is they're generally not kept full of fuel in the hangar unless they're going to fly full.
No, that's probably
Fuel
right.
being a very dangerous thing.
That certainly makes sense. But we don't have to get far, just to the next airstrip.
You know what? You're the pilot today.
Well, I mean, you want to fuel up?
That probably makes a lot of sense.
Could siphon some from one to another.
I mean, if we just
Yes.
take a plane, then you can body jump into a technician. And
I would
probably
just
fuel
rather
us
not
up.
bring it. Like,
Ding, ding,
let's
ding.
find a plane we're going to steal first and worry about fueling it after.
They are currently fueling up a plane on the airstrip.
How about that one?
What is it?
It's slightly bigger than your typical Cessna. It's still a prop plane though. It's a passenger plane.
Okay,
It's proper.
cool.
Someone's personal craft, most likely.
But it'll hold a few people. That's what we need.
Oh yeah, there's 8 passenger seats in it.
Well, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should
We're
be
good.
fine.
All right. You got the chloroform handy?
Oh yeah,
All right.
always. It's in the
Um,
satchel.
all right.
Currently, there isn't a pilot in the plane. There is only the guy fueling up the plane.
Well, guess where I'm going. Oh, by the way, tip the Uber driver like
I'm already on it.
$600.
Gave him 5 stars, and he got like $60 in tip. It's the most I had.
Leave him the keys too, okay?
We don't even know what
Oh,
his car
right.
is.
Sorry. Yeah.
His SUV is backed by that power station that you. Shut
Okay,
the power
I'll
off.
draw him a map where we left his car. It's like power station, SUV, rabbit with gun.
It's a,
Chloroform.
you are here. This is where you need to be.
Exactly. See, okay. There. All right. All right. Ready? Chloroform.
Yep.
It's a jump.
All right, you are now in wonderful blue coveralls.
Hey, cool.
Whatever
Got some
a
grease stains
I
on
left
it.
him in tip whatever a Greyhound costs.
The smell of plain fuel on you. It's lovely.
That's fine.
Does this whole metaverse business usually make you more comfortable with shooting and chloroforming people?
Sure.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that's a normal character.
I was very comfortable with it before we started the whole metaverse.
Well, I knew
thing.
that.
I'll
He
finish
normally
filling up
inhales
the plane.
vapors.
You know, calling you guys pilots is seriously misleading.
So you guys just want me to like meet you and where? Where am I going to meet you?
Circus.
Las Vegas?
Vegas?
Well, I mean, unless you'd rather go somewhere shit. I mean, we're going to Jarbridge. That place blew up less than a year ago. Reno? Tahoe? Carson?
You got a critical success on your identification on that key. The bank in question is in Wells, Nevada, which is south of Jobridge.
Reno it is. We'll meet you in Reno. At the Circus. RV parking lot.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Just follow the signal when I ping you.
Okay, I'll go to Nevada. I'll wait for you guys to take off, though.
Okay. Here's
Shit.
Just in case. Weird stuff
Appreciate it.
happens with you guys.
After fueling, I will surreptitiously spread fuel in various strategic points around the airport.
Oh, and when it
Basically,
lights on
so-
fire, it'll say "fuck you" or whatever.
Well, I was more thinking if anyone manages to, in a moment of narrative drama, locate us, we can set that on fire as we're taking off to then pursue.
that makes sense.
Also, I like the idea of blowing up some rich guys' parked jets.
Yeah, that's
Seems
pretty
nice.
cool.
Reese, here's $40 for road booze.
Cool.
I just toss it into the cab.
Most of your drive-through liquor is going to be in Ohio.
Awesome.
Keep away from the burning river.
There's Burning River in Ohio?
Yeah, I saw him at
Not made of alcohol. You wouldn't like it.
Oh, man.
Actually, that guy might like huff and gas.
So I'll signal them from the fuel tech that plane's ready.
Thank you, Mr. Fuel Tech.
It's Rasmussen.
Thank you, Mr. Rasmussen.
I don't care. It's me. It's Nick.
Thank you, Nick. I thought we were doing a thing.
Krieger,
Fine.
Just
Yeah.
get in the fucking plane.
just before we do any more, I just want to say that you're a horrible monster.
Thank you, Sharon.
Can we go now,
Oh,
gentlemen?
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
All aboard. I'll be taking your tickets.
Who's flying this plane?
I am a
he
pilot.
thinks he can
Okay.
fly, so.
Not me.
And what did you just consume there, Patrick? For the record.
To quote my friend from Taxi, well, I don't know. Chiclet? Quaalude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably a chiclet.
You prepare for takeoff. I'll take a piloting check from you, and I will take a computer's check from John Stone.
John Stone came home.
I'm up by 2.
Success by 2?
Yes.
I am a flyer.
Oh, yes, you
Viva
are.
six.
You take to the air, and you're still trying to monitor those FBI bandwaves and the police scanning bandwaves. With the whole increased security at airports, there were some additional cameras that have been installed, even at small airports like this. And a couple of images got picked up when people entered the runway to board the plane and were notified and sent up to federal agents.
Too bad we're not going where they think we're going. Oh, too bad we're blowing up anything that might be able to track us. Too bad we're not flying above a particular height.
And it
Oh,
seems
fuck,
that,
I ran over a unicorn.
it seems
Well,
that
how
as you are reaching a flight elevation, that they have scrambled a couple of fighter jets.
So let's fly low over train stations so they won't find us.
That's not what you hear. That's just actually Patrick making train noises from the cockpit.
That's
That's
not going to fool anyone.
That chiclet talking. Stop and listen to the chiclet. Listen to me.
And within a few minutes of those fighter jets being scrambled, you get more and more chatter around it that stagecoach has been spotted on the move near that airport, and they're,
Reese,
they're
no.
following the position of that stagecoach.
Did he not change his appearance back to something inconspicuous?
Reese,
It
no.
seemingly
don't.
changed himself to resemble a stagecoach on purpose.
Yeah, he's trying to lead them
Herb's
away.
sacrificing himself for us.
Oh.
Okay. All
Because
right.
he's
hero.
awesome.
What a
Reese,
hero.
Reese.
This is a win-win situation.
All right. So the fire plane's coming for us.
It seems that they were called off to make a strike on that moving stagecoach.
A strike.
Yes.
No,
You
they wouldn't dare strike and not try to stop it, would they? They wouldn't
Well, if
just
they
strike
do,
it.
that's
They
they're
have
not
been given
trying to capture
presidential
us.
authority to do so.
But they wouldn't, like,
Presidential authority,
try
you
to
say?
apprehend us. Wouldn't that be
From the
better?
Oval Office itself, it has been approved.
No, we're gank worthy.
How?
So the dread pilot Roberts is now talking to the president?
Well, we assume that they're both working for the same team, that the president is also a pilot.
How long until the time on target for the stagecoach?
Less than 2 minutes.
Warn him.
I want. Well, warning him is going to help. Jamming their communications or giving them ghost images, that would help. But he's not going to outmaneuver fighter planes. He can't move that fast. Can
And
He
he?
seems to be putting himself into the most public and major roadways and making sure that he is.
Collateral damage. Excellent.
All right. Is there any way I can communicate with the planes? Not the pilots in the planes themselves.
The planes themselves?
Yes.
It's theoretically possible. You could try.
I'm going to try to give them false navigational data to misdirect them off course from Reese.
Take a computer's check from you. I need 2 of them, one for each of the
Can I give an
jets,
assist on
please.
this? Is there a way I can?
There is
speak
not
to
a way
them?
you can
Okay.
assist him. He's doing this with his onboard systems.
Go get him, Tiger.
Cool. That no. Oh wow. No, I matched to 1 exactly.
All right, match for 1.
And that is beat 1 by 5.
Beat 1 by 5. Beating 1 by 5 is enough that you're able to alter the navigational data for one of those fighter jets. It's enough that it's going to change where it will not be able to get a target lock and fire those Hellfire rockets.
Can you talk to us?
Reese survives this hashtag hack attack.
Ah.
Thank you, Chad.
Oh, that's all I wanted. Thank you so much.
Is that all your beer money?
And within a few moments, you hear the call that they made the strike, but hits were registered as negative.
There's nowhere, no.
Because he's drunk.
He's not driving like they expect
I've
him
seen
to.
you wipe out at full speed, 80 miles an hour, and just bounce across the concrete and get up fine.
Can I tell you a secret right now, Nick? I'm driving a lot faster than 80. I'm so high. You know, when you said that thing to me a second ago, you totally woke me up.
Okay, I'll fly from now on. Here.
Can you fly?
Nope, but better than him.
Would one of
Well,
you like to
I
get in the
do.
co-pilot
I'm doing
I have
great.
piloting,
It's very.
so I can at least co-pilot him or
Can
something.
we let the guy who's half plane fly the plane, please?
That's not fair.
You got plane parts in there?
That's not fair.
I don't
I'm
have
making a
plane
point.
parts, but I have piloting of 16.
Oh, buddy!
So I can just plug into it and just sit back.
Take the wheel. Okay, no, I should keep that in the console.
It's not a wheel, Patrick.
Stop trying to parallel park our plane while it's in the air.
Oh, you think I can't do it?
Patrick?
You're not hand over hand steering our plane.
Jump
Patrick.
into Patrick.
Come fly with
I
me.
You make
jump.
a soul roll.
jump
Patrick is
into
not
Patrick.
weak-minded.
I will use my initiative, my special bonus to
No,
drop it by
we
7.
don't-
And I succeed by 3.
Succeed by 3. All right. Well, I get a soul roll from yourself, Patrick. Your
important.
margin of success must be greater than 3.
Greater than I can't. There's no way I'm rolling a 6 or less on this. That's 17.
All right. You're still in there, but Nick is in the driver's seat. You are also going to feel the effects, however, of vast quantities of drugs. And their
Interestingly, they don't affect me.
All right.
All right,
Here's
But
what I'm gonna do.
you.
Hands off.
Can I see that chloroform now?
Oh, yeah. You probably would. And then back into
We are in the air, gentlemen. There's all of us in this aircraft.
I'm
All right,
gonna
look.
start-
Here's what I'm gonna do.
No, the fucked up thing is, I'm okay.
Yep, the chloroform has almost. You read that out loud.
Except
Thanks to
now-
this, I'm resistant to all drugs, poisons, and toxins
no,
due to excessive drug use.
So
but now
there's-
you have the effects of being schizophrenic because now you have him inside you.
Oh yeah, I can't do anything until he hops out.
Okay.
He chloroformed himself and then hopped back out. But
So-
Patrick's still conscious.
All right, we're flowing. That took the edge off a bit. Thanks, mate.
In my mind, I saw that happening differently.
What happened to the body that you just jumped out of?
He was probably very confused for a few seconds.
Oh,
Don't
you bounced
worry.
back into him?
I had a nap.
He had a nap.
Take me home.
Why does it smell like poop in here all of a sudden?
That's not Nick. Nick did not do that. I waited until I got back in. The smell of chloroform always does it to me. I sharted a bit.
Do we lock him in the small bathroom? in the
Stone,
back
I'm
of
gonna hit the
plane?
head.
I'll take over.
Thanks, mate.
I got it.
Gotta go change
Do
my
that.
shorts.
Wash
'cause
yourself. Yeah, please do.
The short shorts, they're no
Yeah.
good.
Take a full shower. You smell like cordite and shit.
Yes, well, soon I'll just smell like cordite.
Is there anything interesting in the cabin of this plane?
No, multiple passenger seats, and it's actually rigged up with 2 sets of controls, full controls. This is an instructional plane. They were probably getting ready to give some lessons in it before you boarded it.
Fuck him.
And there is no head.
Oh,
It's too small.
fine. Well, porthole it is.
He'll air dry. Fair enough. All right.
No,
how-
I just
how
tossed.
much-
I tossed the dirty shorts out the porthole. They're going into the trash.
thought
And then I'm ejecting them.
I thought you hung your butt out the hole and let your
That would
air...
suck me right out.
Yeah, well, it'll vacuum. Your butt will vacuum seal it, and then the suction of.
You're not allowed to use 30,000 feet as a bidet.
Not allowed to. When did you care about what you're supposed to do?
What? Dude, laws have not been the issue so far.
Anyway, clean myself up, come back to the cockpit.
Fair enough. Where are we now?
You've been traveling for about an hour through the air. During that time, the chatter doesn't really stop. They continue to chase Reese on quite the hunt for a while. Both law enforcement and federal agents trying to. At some point, he transforms, and this is reported by the state police and federal police, into a bipedal robotic humanoid, and thus gives them a foot
Just like
chase.
the one we saw in New York. This is crazy.
Puts them on a foot chase, and then somehow loses them in the foothills of the Appalachians.
You know,
Oh my god, we just made Robot Bigfoot.
Robot Bigfoot.
That's the News of Pruder film is going to be really awesome.
During the foot chase, though, they call off the majority of the federal agents once they report that in the foot chase that there is none of the current terror suspects are with them. But other federal agents and local law enforcement are still in pursuit of the transforming stagecoach.
What a hero.
Can I communicate with Reese?
You only can identify his location because of the chip put in.
Right. Okay. Well, I can't.
We'll buy him a CB when we meet him again.
And the local news stations are reporting the rocket strike was a gas explosion.
Well, but of course it was.
Oh, speaking of which, did we ever make all that gas explode?
I mean,
Oh, right, I forgot about
just
the
left it there.
detonator.
There's no need.
There's no way that'll work from here.
Yeah, there's no need.
With a radio signal. My cell phone.
Are you going to detonate that from here?
Not from this high up. I gotta wait till we land and I can get a good tower signal.
Okay.
Then maybe, yeah.
For about 3 straight hours, you fly, and it's blissfully quiet in that time period. Despite not being put unconscious by the chloroform, it really took the edge off, and Patrick is pretty quiet for a few hours.
Did we just flush his system?
I've
with
got to
that
remember
shark?
that, yeah. I basically detoxed all at once.
That's terrifying, but good to know.
And through this 3 hours, you pick up a lot more of that federal chatter and local chatter. They found the airport. Federal agents were on scene at the airport for a while, searching through, and the plane was identified, and they are searching for the plane that you are in.
Oh. All right then. That's
All right.
bad.
They're gonna
But
find
its
it.
current position has not been located at this time.
How
maybe-
far until we're over where we need to be?
Being as it is a prop plane, it is going to take quite some time to reach Nevada.
Well, that's the question.
So-
Well, where are we now? What state are we over?
Oh, I'd say you're probably over western Ohio by now.
Western Ohio. Well, if we can find a
3
place.
hours to get over Ohio.
Well, look, if we can.
Maybe a little further west. You're looking at about 14 total hours of flying time from there to Nevada.
Whoa!
In that
Are we in a
plane.
hang glider?
No, you're in a prop
On
plane.
a prop plane.
Or you. This would be something for you. If you could rig the transponder to give a different signal so that it doesn't, because they're gonna look for us.
Uh-huh.
But if you can hack the transponder to make it give off a different signal, they won't know that it's us.
What if we just ditch it?
The plane?
We have to do that in
No, the
in
transponder. Do we need it? Because they already know we were going around in a magical transforming stagecoach that could pretend to be. other
Unidentified
vehicles.
flying object.
Well, but you did say that you identified this plane specifically?
Yeah,
if
they
we
saw us get into this plane and take off.
It's
Look,
going to be
I'll go see
reported
what I
as
can do.
stolen by now.
I am known to fix things up a bit.
We can try that. Maybe as a backup, though, we ditch somewhere with a low population, find a new vehicle, destroy the plane.
Fair enough. We can do that. I don't know if we have to destroy the plane. But we can
It's
ditch
kind
it.
of
It's
kind of
Patrick.
our MO at this point.
Oh, yeah, well.
I'm going to try and do some transponding.
All right, what are you going to attempt to do?
Starring you and
Transponder?
McGregor.
Just to change the signal from it.
All right.
Really?
Disguise it.
I thought it would have been.
I'll take
Starting
either
to-
a repair roll or an engineering-based roll.
Transponder. That's
Just
better.
whichever I choose.
Yeah.
You made a 17-year-old joke.
12.
I made a 22-year-old joke.
12. So I made it.
Or
All
so.
right. With some tinkering, we're changing the transponder. Was what you wanted to do?
Yeah, just,
Okay.
Changing the signal on it.
All right, you alter the signal on the transponder.
Wow, that really changes the visual of the plane.
Well, it's just kind of a stock instructional plane, isn't it? As far as we can tell.
That's true, but changing the transponder is it's a step.
That's a step.
Yeah.
It will make things more difficult. It might not guarantee that you do not
It's
get
something.
found. Especially with the entirety of the federal government trying to locate you.
Where's the
And it
air?
still says Bubba's Flight School on the side, so somebody's gonna spot it.
It's not like we're heading towards the Air Force in Colorado.
No, we are.
yeah.
Colorado's that way.
Yeah, that's right. That was me being sarcastic, actually. I thought he would make the literal. Never mind.
There's also an air base in Wyoming. It's just not on your maps. Oops, I just said that on the air. There's not an air base in Wyoming that's secret, I promise.
No.
The Rocky Mountains are reached in about 7 hours, 8 hours into the trip
Rocky
or so.
Mountain High. Sorry.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that if you want. And again, at these elevations, the plane has to slow down a little bit to deal with the weather. It gets a little bit worse. It's a little rougher anywhere near mountains, especially in a plane this size. You feel the weather a little more than you do in a 747. I get another piloting check by whoever's flying.
15. I made it by 1.
And then I will take a computer's check from John Stone.
I found a Parcheesi board under the seat.
Oh, let's play.
Well, yeah.
Beat it by 11.
The altered transponder signal was picked up somewhere passing over Wyoming.
Did you just body swap with a Parcheesi piece?
Did they
I
know
think that's
that
cheating.
it was changed from? They
No,
picked up
satellites
ours.
were then devoted to track you down, and it's only a matter of time before you are located. But you do have the knowledge of knowing that this is happening right now.
All right.
They still have not located the plane.
Okay. Well, they're getting close to us, boys. We're gonna have to either ditch this plane, get another plane, or different mode of travel altogether. Locomotive.
We got a lake we can
Amtrak.
splash into.
We have a real thing for 19th century transportation.
Why not?
It's kind of a... It's a look. We have an aesthetic to maintain at this point. And I think we
The air base in Wyoming has received orders, and a pair of Reaper drones have been dispatched.
Freaking A. They're gonna be on us here within 30 minutes. We're gonna have to ditch this thing and.
Yeah, do we have shoots?
Can they shoot at us before you can hack
No.
their signal?
This has no shoots.
There's no parachutes on the plane?
No, that's not, contrary to what too many 90s movies taught you, that's not really a thing.
Have you realized
Well,
this
this is
entire
a-
show is a 90s action movie yet?
This was a flying school plane. It should be at least 2.
Again, contrary to what they tell you in most of the 90s, this is not something that they usually do.
Fine. So
And including traveling at these
And by
elevations.
they, you mean rich white guys from Virginia.
Yeah. Small prop planes tend to not have them. That's why when you hear about those horrible crashes, there are people at them, nobody put on a parachute and jumped out. They just crashed and died.
Right.
Because, no shoots.
Right.
That's dumb.
That's a thing that happens. Sorry, Kennedy.
Okay, so we're landing now.
And we're in Colorado now? Or
We're
Wyoming?
over the Rockies.
Over the Rockies.
So we're
Sure,
not
why
landing now.
How big and
That's
where on
debatable.
the plane is
Well,
the
it depends what you
porthole?
call landing.
Depends on what you got. I'm going to go with what John Stone just said there. Depends on what you call landing.
Now, isn't it true that...
So we're crashing now?
Not
Is
necessarily.
there something wrong with the plane?
Nothing wrong with the plane.
Then we're landing now.
Okay.
Isn't it true that when they were building the interstate in the 50s that they mandated that there must be at least one straight mile every 5 miles or so in case it needed to be used as an airstrip during a potential continental war?
In interstates? Yes.
Yes, that's true.
How far are we from an interstate?
Well, we're in Colorado. I know
Not
you
too
be the
far.
first one. Not too
North
far
or
at all.
south?
Yeah,
you
we
can
can
probably
land
hit one fairly easy. There's quite a few, and not just
Well-
interstates are designed with that.
But highways, yeah.
Some
Highways.
many local highways are designed under those same pretenses.
We could have find a local highway. We could.
Well, highway.
We'll get picked up
will
as
be
soon as we
seen.
land if we
Exactly.
do that, though.
That's true.
They'll see us. We just need a clearing.
In the Rocky Mountains.
It's
Near
called
the Rocky
Denver,
Mountains.
guys.
Foothills and mountains. Hey, between my computer skills, his flying skills, we'll figure out a way to make this work.
Why not just crash into that Illuminati horse statue at the Denver International Airport?
Or that.
I'm being
No.
sarcastic.
I don't know what
How
that
did you
means.
guys not catch that?
I'm not good with.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. What do we have on any kind of aeronautics map that is a clearing? The nearest clearing that isn't.
Give me a computer's check. See if you can access something, or I'll take your random.
And I'll take a look at
Oh,
I
Google
will
Maps,
absolutely
which probably
give
does
you
the
a
same
random.
job with the push of one button.
Well, I've got a success by 3 on random fact knowledge.
You think that there's a place for relatively nearby that you could attempt to land a plane reasonably?
Probably good about 3 miles south of here, if my bearings right.
Well, we'll overshoot that way too fast.
We're in a propeller plane.
Right. They only go 14 miles an hour. I keep forgetting.
Generally more than the 600 to 700.
Do we
range
happen to have a
maximum.
headwind, perhaps? That'll help. And I can just stand up through the fuselage and drag Gray Crate just like this.
I'm king of the world!
You know, I haven't needed
I'll
a
slow
guy
down.
yet to do that for me to slow down a plane. But
Okay.
Generally, in the process of landing a plane,
This is my
a
first
circular
time.
route is taken in order to reduce speed. They don't tend to just fly in a straight line, land in a straight line.
No, that would be pretty sweet.
It's just
no, I'm doing this Far Cry 5 style. I just slow down and lower myself, right?
And how many white supremacists do you plan to take out as you land?
All of them. Good.
The right answer.
Leave them some
How
in.
wide's the plane?
So I'm going to do some piloting.
all right.
Some of it might even be okay.
That was prophetic.
Do we have any?
Still no
What do we have
pressure.
that we can use there?
Oh, we've got quite a few buffs in the store for. Looks like everyone but Nick has a buff in the store.
Got
There's a
plenty of
meta
return.
surge. We're working on a hack attack, and we're working on a rule of cool.
We've got one hack attack in already, right?
Oh, it was that was the save.
Oh, is that all it did?
Yeah,
That was
to
putting
save Reese.
Reese
They
on
made
guard mode.
Reese not die because I was totally going to blow Reese up with those jets.
Yeah, we know
Yes.
you were. Bad man.
Thank you, chat.
Thank
Thank you
Merc.
for saving the most annoying character
Oh,
be
Tally.
in the years of this show.
He was going out of his way to draw as much attention as possible and get blown up.
He's a hero.
He is a hero.
Yes, he's a national treasure.
Now he disguises a redwood, just hanging out.
Is he from
Laying
this
low.
America?
Yeah, we invented the wheel, right?
So what was that piloting check you had over there?
Oh, it was 10.
That is a pretty damn good piloting check. You are about 2/3 of the way into your landing process when you don't have the kind of equipment to pick up a missile or radar warning lock. However, John, you do, and you are most definitely have been locked on by the pair of Reaper drones. They're at about 7 miles out, which is the maximum range for their rockets.
Wait, the plane's locked on, or I've been locked on?
They are locked on to this plane.
Okay, the plane.
Yes, the Reaper drones are locked, but they are 7 miles out. They generally don't fire at that range,
Uh huh.
but they are locked on. at
What
this
kind of
point.
munitions do they have?
They are currently loaded with Hellfire rockets, generally used for air to ground, so you find it highly unlikely that they will fire at this range while you're in the air. There aren't an air-to-air missile. That they generally are not used by it. They're more used to assassinate foreign dignitaries in people's other countries.
Why would we need
illegally.
those?
So we're gonna have to get out and hide. Let the plane lock onto the plane and lock onto us. Okay.
Correct.
So
Well-
there are no parachutes.
Are we?
I'm the only one that could possibly survive a fall like this. How high are we in the air?
You're still descending, but again, you don't believe they're going to be able to fire while you're in the air, and again, they're at the maximum possible range. of
Right,
firing.
but we're trying to land so they can just shoot at us as soon as we land.
So, John, could you?
possible.
Can you take them over? Can you crash them? Then we can
If you are a
safely
lot
land.
closer to them.
Closer. I have a thought. I would like to try and go in, remove the transponder, and drop it out of the porthole as we're making our descent spin, using computers, electronic security.
I'll go with electronic security. If you're trying to remove the transponder and drop it back in.
Well, screw the dropping it. You remove it, and I'll throw it.
I just assumed that it was gonna fly out the porthole with our circular force.
I'm just saying, I can throw it half a mile away.
Hey,
Let them
Semtex
follow
point.
it.
Oh,
It's got a point. I got
Make
2
sure it
into
explodes
1.
when it hits.
So I got a total of a 3 against a 16.
You not only are able to remove the transponder, but you are able to keep it working as you remove it.
Great.
This is for you.
And I'm gonna drop us below like the tree line and fly real dangerous for about 30 seconds.
Be another piloting check.
All right.
Give me an athletics check, John.
That's right on the money. I'm gonna try and. I'm gonna have to do a reroll. I mean, I can. Right on the money is good, but not good enough.
So you're going to use your buff for a reroll?
That's all I can use it for.
All right, using Patrick's buff for a reroll.
That's much better.
Excellent.
Yes.
Athletics check. Yeah, beat it by 9.
It is quite the throw. You throw it out the side. The piloting gets a little rough as you get in over the tree line. The landing is about as good as it can be without having an actual airstrip, which means it's extraordinarily rough and everyone who's not buckled in is thrown around the cabin.
Oh, yeah.
Before the plane slides to a stop. And in the distance behind you, in the general direction that John threw that transponder, a couple of very large explosions happen. You're pretty sure that those were Hellfire rocket impacts locked on to the transponder of your plane.
Well done, everyone.
Alrighty. Sounds like we run now.
And I ran so far. Sorry.
You are on the western edge of the Rockies.
Oh, good.
We made it
It's
across.
cold.
We should find a train, actually.
I didn't even bother trying to get over them. That's the worst.
Well, you're over them, but you're on the western edge of them. You're on the downslope, as it were. Not where the Donner Party was. Hey, that helps.
We've been traveling for a while now. How long we've been traveling?
You were
Let's see, it's
almost
600
9
miles
total
an hour,
hours.
so 97 hours and 42 minutes. Because we went almost 900 miles, right?
You guys tired or anything?
My math.
You know, I'm not really up for taking a nap right now.
I have a couple
I have enough
packs
meth to get us through.
I have a couple of packs of nutrient paste. If anybody wants to get a swing of this.
I'm good.
Did we not bring
Just
any
saying.
Belvita biscuits? Oh boy.
Did we just think the drones went away?
I
Is
just
that what
got
we're
cheese
assuming?
sticks.
You have still more communications than they're flying a search pattern currently.
So they didn't leave.
No,
No.
they're flying a search pattern.
Okay.
Why didn't they leave?
How far
Because
away
they
are
can
they?
look and see that there's no plane in the wreckage they blew up.
Yeah, well, they have image recognition on those things. They're not totally dumb.
We bought
But they
time.
got to be within a couple of miles then. They're not far away from us now.
They have to be within about 6 miles or less to have fired those rockets where that transponder hit. So.
Great, so let's blow up the plane.
How?
That I like.
I want to try to take those things over.
I'm going to wait till one gets within visual and try and take it over. The air is pretty rough here. It's really windy and snowy. Visual is not so hot. So it's just also might be why they're in a search pattern currently.
How far are we from a tree line?
You are in a
Real
tree line.
close to
Oh,
it.
yeah, we're in the middle.
Okay, you are physically in a tree line.
I
on the
basically
western-
landed on the tops of the trees.
Very cool.
Like, there is a tremendous amount of cover, electronic interference, and otherwise. Those drones have a decent chance of finding this plane. Yes.
So maybe we run away from the plane?
Well, run is a relative term. I mean, if we're in the deep brush of the Rockies, I mean, I can move pretty quickly. You guys, not so much.
I've been working on my cardio.
That is true. What are you suggesting?
Wait till I find
that
a
you
wolf.
go away? That you leave us behind? Like we did to you? Or oh, I know, we didn't do that because we're not dicks.
Hold on. First of all, you are.
That's true.
Right.
Not the kind of dick that leaves people behind, though. Not even Robot Man. Came back for you, mate.
Yeah.
Fought
All right.
superheroes.
So, I could draw them away. They can't. I either want to take them over or draw them away.
What do you want to take over?
Well, the drones.
What drones?
They're still searching.
Without
Those were drones? I thought those were fighter jets.
No.
Why
not
did you
the
say
ones
they
that
were drones?
Not the ones that are after our plane.
Oh, for God's sake.
The
Take
fighter jets were after Reese. The
7
drones were
miles,
after us.
right?
or less.
Or less. Okay. We just have to do the math on this. You can take them over, right? You can.
That's what I want to do.
Great. So you need a boost on the old signal then.
And
Otherwise, you have to see them.
right.
Say if you had a satellite photo. Say like the one on this laptop here.
Well, I don't even need a visual. I just need the signal.
There it is. Plug it on in. I don't have Wi-Fi to John
I'll
Stone.
take computers rolls from the both of you.
Want to help me get the stuff out of the plane?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, thanks.
I'll make a computers roll.
Yep.
I'll keep that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Beat it by 9.
You get a 2-point bonus to it from the assist from Patrick. So that would be a beat by 11, which is a critical success. You are able to lock onto the signals of these drones fairly quickly. Their controllers are stationed in Wyoming, and they're currently following a visual search pattern right now because there's no transponder for them to lock on. Having a very difficult time. Weather is pretty bad. Visibility is really low. So they're essentially just flying in circles around sections of where they fired that rocket strike, staring at the treetops, looking.
You know, if you did blow up the plane or created a fire so they could find it,
They'll find, yeah, they'll
they
be
would come
closer faster.
blow it up, and then they will send a search team to confirm that we're dead. That's our way out.
Not a terrible idea. Click. Oh, good thing I sent some explosives already.
Give me a demolitions roll, please. I love these guys.
8. It's a critical success.
Your explosion is perfect. Triggered just enough that you know, despite the horrible conditions, that those drones will be able to pick it up.
That's
right
visible
away.
from 9 miles if it's a minute now. Good fireball on just everything, isn't it?
And again,
The
you're still
sound.
piggybacked onto this signal. The drone pilots are now flying a holding pattern over the exploded plane. Just
Good.
circling.
And we'll keep proceeding west.
We go away. You know,
In
this
about a
big gun is
half hour
very heavy.
proceeding west by foot, you hit your first major logging road up here in the side. Probably the same route that maybe a search party might eventually have to take to get near this position, unless they're flying in a helicopter, which would be very difficult at this elevation and weather conditions.
So, weather conditions right now? Is it snowing?
It's snowing.
It's snowing.
Yeah.
Okay. And are we in, what terrain are we on right now?
You are on the western edge of the Rockies, kind of descending down further and further.
Okay.
It's very heavily treed forest, lots of dense underbrush.
But how thick is the snow?
About 1.5 feet.
Jesus. So it landed us in the snow on the fucking mountains.
So here's the thing.
Worst
We can
pilot
only
ever.
move as fast as the slowest of us, unless I fashion a dog sled and pull everybody.
That is literally the best idea I have ever heard from anyone.
You could probably slap together a Trivaway pretty quick.
We can make it work.
So
I would have. I have jury rig. Let's
have
make
a-
this happen.
I have survival of 12.
That skill would be applicable. I'll take that.
Anybody have like construction or something or?
Oh
Very
yeah,
much so.
yeah. I got
Just-
gadgeteer, so I
Okay,
making
so we
something out of
tag team
nothing
this.
is my
Yeah,
specialty.
that is pretty much what that skill implies.
You know, I did a job once where I actually had to make a. It's like it was like a sled, but you have to carry a guy on it like he's dead, like a stretcher. It was like that, but we
litter.
put these little ski fellas on it that were used by cutting the branch right down the center in half. Worked
Fair
for
enough.
miles. You just have to rub a bit of wax on the bottom.
For miles, what happened after the miles?
Oh, I shot the guy. He was annoying the shit out of me.
Well, all the wailing and caterwauling and talking about
Oh, I'm so cold. I'm freezing to death. I can't feel me toes, Patrick. What am I going to do? Bang. God, I missed me brother.
He really doesn't put well with cattywampus.
Anyway,
Looks
let's roll
like
some stuff.
Patrick just used his I did a job once ability, so you're going to get a +2 bonus to this check.
And because I'm using the gadgeteer ability, we have the materials on hand.
All right, cool. Beat it by 5.
Good enough. You've fashioned Troy very quickly, within a matter of about 10 minutes.
All right, cool. And so I'm just pulling these guys.
Mosh! I had to say it. I'm sorry.
it's all
I
right.
really only helped build it so I could say mosh.
Well,
And
that's fine.
I'd like to remind you, this was our choice to be less conspicuous than the stage.
I love this so much, Nick. Don't you take this from me.
Indeed.
Just give it to me.
But a smaller footprint, please. And with the way it's snowing, our tracks will be covered up pretty quickly. As we
I'll take an athletics test from you to determine how fast you're able to get this improvised sled moving.
This is what I was talking about, Mackie. You know, living off the grid, not making a big carbon
beat it by
footprint,
10.
living
Beat it by
green.
10.
Being on a sled with a giant gun?
Well, that too, yeah.
In a matter of minutes, with the cyborg sled dog of John Stone, you're moving at about 30 miles per hour.
Cyborg
cross-country.
sled dog.
Very good. So let's move on.
And before long, you are really
When John runs the $6 million man sound effect. Now you have to run. He even made that noise when he was making out. It was good times. Because Lee Majors.
The question is not will we get a cease and desist, but how many cease and desists will we get?
My guess is 3.
Ceases and desists?
Where do you put the plural in cease and desist? Cease and desist?
Ceases and desists.
hustling cross country. Well, anyone coming up with a search party has to take the roads. It's almost an hour of traveling before you see the first vehicles, several 100 meters down below you, taking the winding switchback roads to try and get up.
Plus, search and rescue teams are generally terrible at their jobs.
It's a lot of snow.
It's going to take them a while to get to that crash site.
Wouldn't it take them more time if an avalanche just happened to block the road?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're also not going to find us because they're well. Oh no.
Man-made rock slide. Click.
Oh, dear Jesus.
That might actually work against us because they'll realize that wasn't supposed
No,
to happen.
we'll surf it like a wave.
That depends on his margin of success there.
It's 11.
That's a critical success. So not only do you trigger a man-made rock slide, but it is so perfect that not really sure if that was man-made or not.
No, clearly that was something designed by God himself. Or at very least, the Baron of Boom right here, am I right?
Yeah.
He calls himself
That's
that
what I call it.
every Friday.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
While I'm eating fish,
It's always the same fish.
until sundown, and then, no working.
There's a noise.
Fantastic.
I had a weird childhood.
So we're still on the move. Yeah.
The first 3 search and rescue vehicles down below you get bowled over and knocked off of the road and crash down into the trees and to horrible, terrible fates.
Yeah, well, you see, search and rescue doesn't require any training at all. I mean, you gotta look
They're
at your
just
phone,
gonna have to send
use
another
a
search and
flashlight,
rescue.
really have a desire to help people with no real skill.
So how does the priority on this work? Do they send a search and rescue to find the first search and rescue before they go to the plane, or do they go to the plane?
No,
and then find
they
the
just
other
send a search and rescue to the search and rescue.
one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't really care about their own guys, really.
You guys
After
are making
us.
me really miss being in a disembodied non-state.
Who are you in
You
now?
could
Me
do
too,
that.
bud. Me too.
You can just die if you
We
want.
kind of need you though.
I mean, I've already got frostbite on this poor fuel technician dressed in a coveralls from West Virginia.
But don't forget, these are completely disposable to you, though. I mean, you didn't have a family or anything.
This
did
guy's
you?
just doing his job. Well, it's frozen on now, but
Actually, we should keep that. It's probably worth.
You look good in purple.
That's
I'll
good.
say that. Especially the nosy. It's good.
You are descending pretty rapidly with John pulling, even at the slow rate. I say slow, at 30 miles per hour. It's faster than any of you could go on foot, even without snow.
This is so fun.
He is really fast and doesn't slow down, doesn't seem to increase his breathing, just keeps going like, a machine. And about 3
You
hours
understand
later,
that if we go anywhere, even remotely public, we have to stop this immediately, right?
yes, that has been evident since the moment he started.
Just because it would look really, really racist.
That's what I'm saying! John Stone knows what I'm talking about.
We'd get in some trouble.
I can't really argue with that. About 3 hours later, you hit your first major roadway. And at this point, the snow is more like a light powder here and there.
Okay, we'll all wait here in the ditch. We'll have the young'un show a little bit of leg and catch a ride.
His legs are hairy though.
It's Colorado. They're still all in the closet.
Actually, you could show a little bit of weed when you get a ride. That's gonna be your thing.
Weed.
No, it's a little
It's
bit
in the bag.
below you, but
Yes!
Percocet, MDMA. Is that horse striking?
You just... That is
it's not his body.
That
He
was-
doesn't care.
way too much. Just way too much.
It's gonna make this next part easier. We need a ride, right?
If we use the
Walk
horse
into traffic.
tranquilizer,
You are kind of in a mountain road, so there isn't really traffic at the moment.
Well, I'll just hang. Oh, then I just took way too much MDMA then.
And it's about 20 minutes before
Take
a
my
car
hand.
comes along.
He loves you.
I'm gonna
Now you're just like,
I'm gonna play patty cake with the high
I
guy
am
just
too.
to keep him
patty
occupied.
cake, bacon.
Look, Wendy, I can fly.
The 70s pickup shrieks to a halt on the brakes as you fly into the roadway.
Oh, fuck me, it missed him.
An elderly gentleman at the wheel.
Broncos suck.
He puts it in the park and gets out of the truck. What'd you say?
I think he was talking
You
about...
heard me. Mahomes is taking the Chiefs to the Super Bowl. Y'all were shit, 3-16. You somehow lost more games than you played this year because you suck so hard. And probably the thin air.
He throws his hat on the ground and
And
rolls
then-
up his sleeves.
The problem is they ain't shit without Elway.
And while he's looking at him, I just use a really low static charge to zap him unconscious.
You give me a shooting-based test for the.
Why do I
ranged
even carry
attack.
this chloroform?
I just talk. I just.
Oh, you're gonna
What?
touch.
Oh, that's for
Okay.
me.
No!
Physical touch. We'll do a fighting-based test then.
The rest of the drugs are yours. The chloroform is mine.
You have to beat his dodge
Fighting.
bonus
We
to
need
0.
bounties.
Yes.
Turns out the old man isn't a professional fighter or soldier.
No.
Yeah.
So equal your score or better.
I feel like this is when Crash fought the lightning guy.
So yeah, I beat by can't do math. Beat by 12.
He takes a couple of steps forward, rolls up his sleeve, and then just collapses in the road as you touch him.
Ooh. Go Hawks.
All right.
I'm gonna steal his flannel. It's a little nippy.
All right, leave the old man to freeze to death.
Oh, I thought we were body swapping. I thought we were leaving the
I
guy
don't
on
want this
drugs
old guy.
today.
This guy's crap.
Oh, you're just gonna be on drugs.
You are
for the
going to
next
die from
2
an
days.
overdose in like 3 hours.
That's fine by me.
Do not drink too much
I don't want
water.
the old guy.
Okay.
He's old but scrappy. He's spry.
He was ready to throw
Actually,
down.
probably. What's he look?
You're
is
right.
he like
You're gonna
old-
have to level this
I mean,
out.
here's the
otherwise
thing:
he's
is this
fading
like
too
one of
fast.
these 70-year-old farmers who's built like a tractor and strong as hell?
He's early 60s, but he's seems like a manual laborer for a life, so he's not in bad physical condition.
All
he's
right.
just not a trained fighter and had no chance against John Stone.
All right,
Who does?
Never do.
Fine. I mean, it's kind of a lateral move, but
This one's not gonna
Isn't that
overdose.
frostbite? And it is about to OD on. Yeah, that.
I think this is the most cruel and unusual way we've planned on leaving somebody to die so far.
he's not going to mind.
And in fact, as he jumps bodies and the technician regains control of his body, he just continues to look at his hands, completely oblivious to the
Leave
lot
him
of
some
you.
brandy or something.
Hey, buddy.
I'll leave the guy
Got
in
you
jacket.
here.
Yeah,
This should
give him
be
a
enough
jacket,
money
some
to hitchhike your way out of here. Get back to town. Got this. Got a water bottle.
You're highly optimistic, my friend.
I'm just doing my best. I want him to feel like he's cared for before he dies of frostbite.
You now have the body of an old man. You still have some lingering effects of the
And
MDMA
so does your
and
character.
mental structure there. But an overdose is not going to happen at this point.
So we have his vehicle now.
Pickup truck.
Pickup truck. Extended cabs. We can all fit in it.
Oh no, it's a regular cab.
Oh man. All right.
I'll sit in the back. I don't drive.
Oh, good. How are you?
And down off the mountains you go, continuing towards Wells, Nevada, I assume. Listening to the chatter, it is almost an hour later before search and rescue and authorities reach the exploded plane back high in the mountains.
We'll stop and put you in the cab, and I'll be outside the cold in the factory.
Okay. And you have reached much warmer weather before they have determined that there are in fact no bodies on the plane that blew up in the mountains. And the manhunt is back on.
Right, because by the time they figure it out, it'll be summer. I blew up that plane real good.
So you blew up the plane and then avalanched it.
So I have an idea. This is new for me, but what if we let this guy actually have his car back? Here's the thing. You chloroform him. We swap vehicles somewhere. He wakes up in his truck. Thinks he lost a fight.
And a shirt. I like this one. I'm keeping it.
That's fine. That would happen.
Now you're a thief and a murderer.
I just don't want to have to keep peeing every 20 minutes.
I think stealing a shirt.
That would be annoying.
Yeah.
All right, gas station. Don't pick up any stagecoaches. Let's go.
If there's another stagecoach, we're
We get maybe a trucker. A trucker, he'll have a sleeper area. We can.
That's true. Sleeper cab.
You
Yeah.
guys can chill.
It doesn't take long to hit a rest stop. Where
I
there's
can
a
drive.
variety
You guys
of
can sleep for a while.
So let's leave the
18-wheelers.
leave the container.
Oh, just the trailer.
Just take the trailer. Well, it'd be more maneuverable.
Fair
Better
enough.
gas mileage, and it gives him something to blow up.
So we'll bobtail it. I don't have a problem with that. We'll go faster.
So you're taking an 18-wheeler and leaving the cargo trailer behind? Is that-
Yeah.
I want.
most of the
I
wheels.
want. Yeah. Who's the healthiest person in this truck stop?
There is a very archetypical, lumberjacky, huge trucker that looks like to be in pretty good health. He might have some cholesterol and
It's
heart
actually
problems.
a woman named
and-
Lumberjack.
Yeah.
That's her
She's
name.
one of the lot lizards.
Yes.
And might
is a
have some
hero of the
cholesterol and heart
community.
problems in like 20 years continuing this lifestyle, but at the moment, great physical health.
Okay. Well, then I'll come up to him and say, I don't mean to pry, but I thought I recognized your voice. What's your call sign?
Oh, trucker flirting.
Gadget.
Gadget. I have enjoyed your chatter.
You never want to ask a man that big why his name is Gadget.
Jim Fairbanks.
Well, he really
Shakes
loves
your hand.
Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. and-
That's quite a grip there. What do you do? Do you load it yourself?
Nick, I get it. You're a mercenary. But man, can you please stop murdering random people via exposure or drug use? Think of Crash. Think of the memories you're losing. Think of not being Jackson. Something. Hashtag clarity.
Going for the feels there.
Wow.
Trying to hit you in what's remaining of your heart.
I don't know. I don't even exercise.
That is fault being the biggest and the strongest.
Peeking up from behind the pickup
All
cab
right.
with the chloroform.
All right, that's it. Okay, well, that's nice chat. Then I'll go and take his body and we'll chloroform this guy in his truck,
All right.
leaving him there
With his keys.
with his keys
and his wallet.
and his wallet.
But not his shirt, because you're
Not
a
his
thief.
shirt. I'm taking the
there,
shirt.
Then we'll leave. Well, and give some warm coffee or something too.
Oh yeah, I'll
There.
I'll leave him $20 for gas.
All right, and you are back on the highway in an 18-wheeler without the cargo trailer. And
On
a
the
new
road
body.
again.
Whew.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Quite a physical body.
My goodness.
You're a lot bigger
This
than
guy
I
does
realized.
not stretch.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, I'm sure he stretches something.
He
Let's
sits a
go.
long time. He sits for hours at a time.
Oh man, he does not have chiropractic as part of his health plan.
You look so tense.
Why'd you say it like that? Are you coming on to this guy?
No.
He looks so
Hey, this is Colorado. Edible.
And not a whole lot of time later, driving down the road, stopping occasionally for
Colorado
gas,
peyote.
crossing over, eventually reaching Nevada, you hit the small town of Wells.
All right.
Not a big town, not a tiny town, but decent. Has the benefit of being on a couple of major roadways there.
So we're on the road right now, or you're getting?
You just reached the town of Wells, where the bank where that safety deposit box key goes to.
So as we are approaching here, I'm gonna scan all the CBs. See, is there any CB chatter? Is there any radio chatter? Is anything?
They're continuing concentrically larger circles of search patterns away from the plane crash site, but that is still quite a ways
that's-
behind you
yeah.
at this point.
So I have no idea
Unless you
we're
do
here.
something to distinctly draw attention.
Like
You are-
leave a pilot, leave a ground crewman from West Virginia stranded in the middle of the. Yeah, okay. I
create
see
some kind of
that.
explosion.
Yeah.
Well, even that was back in Colorado, so you've
true,
you've extended through that pattern.
Wells, Nevada.
But in that shadow, they did find him. They found the tech ground crew.
Oh, how's he
Good.
doing?
I'm glad he's all right.
He's currently hospitalized with drug overdose.
See?
Well, he's hospitalized.
See? That counts as a non-death.
We didn't kill someone.
Got
that
his stomach
time.
pumped in plenty of time. Don't worry, you should call the stagecoach.
To be fair, I have not killed way more people than I've met.
And I'd like to point out that the sort of human killing machine right here hasn't killed anybody yet. So
I'm just gonna hold that in front of me. Like
Yeah,
there. Yeah. Say, why don't we take you back
I'm designed to
to
kill.
the
and I haven't killed anybody.
government black site where you were kept?
Oh, we don't
And
call them that.
Yeah, African American site.
Thank
sorry.
you.
Thank you.
That's not.
Appreciate it.
I just, this. My heart.
You want a Tums?
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
in the dash.
You have
Okay.
a bad diet. You're a trucker.
Oh.
Back to the mission at hand.
It's all about grease.
Let's find out. So we're
Like I
getting
said, Wells
close
isn't a
there.
particularly huge town. It's pretty small, but
How small?
I believe the population is about 9,000.
So does it have a Cracker Barrel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
It has
pretty
a
much
Super
every
8 and
barrel
few
is a
other-
Cracker
it's
Barrel.
pretty hotel heavy and truck stop heavy as it is up on a major roadway.
Are we happy with our current
But there's 8 cops.
accommodations, or do we want to swap again?
I think this is good.
Because at this point, this guy's got a load he's supposed to take somewhere, and
What
he's not
time is
showing
it?
up for it.
It is about 9 in the morning when you roll into town.
Perfect. Bank's been open for an hour.
Oh yeah, let's go do the thing there. Wait a minute, stop.
Well, he should do it. 'Cause
I
there are going to
know.
be cameras everywhere.
Quit on that. Can you tell who's watching? If they, we don't think that they knew about this key.
Guys, it's closed circuit. At the bank, right? I mean, satellites aren't watching the inside of the bank.
Supposed to be.
Not inside the bank, but I'm just concerned.
If
Somebody-
is it FDIC insured? If it is, it's on a closed circuit system, off the internet on its own mainframe, even if it's a small town bank. Guys,
That
we're not
knowledge
banks.
was that
This-
knowledge was pretty close to the surface there.
But do they know that we're coming for this?
No.
Okay.
Well then,
Otherwise, they'd have headed here.
Well, the outside is going to have cameras seeing who goes in and out. So we should just send him in.
I can survive this body getting killed, which would not be my fault. I would not have taken the action that did it.
Let's not make him a bank
You're not
robber
going to get
just yet.
killed.
No, I
Okay.
Just mean that if he shows up on camera, they won't know who he is.
think the
Hold on.
Give me the key. Could be
Now
real
you're in
with it.
disguise, are you?
It's foolproof. Trust me.
Old Death in the family left a key to me, told me it was here, and I gotta go figure out which deposit box it's for.
Oh, poor Uncle Ernie. He's going to be missed so much.
He was a good guy.
Fine, go ahead.
Let's go, Junior.
All right.
The two of you entered the small branch bank. There's 2 tellers present. Can I help you today, sir?
Oh, well, top of the morning to you. That sounded wrong. My boy here has a safe deposit box that his uncle left him, and he wants to check it out.
Jingle,
of
jingle,
course.
jangle.
I'm here to be his adult guardian.
So
Just
racist.
have you sign this form here, please.
So racist.
Yes. I make up a name.
Okay.
Derek Chuckson.
Doesn't even look at it. Just slides the form away. Leads you back to a small room. There's less than 40 safe deposit boxes back here. It is not a large bank.
Kiddo, I'm going to open it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll go ahead and let you have your privacy back here. Just let me know when you're done.
Ah, well, thanks. We won't be long at all.
Thanks.
Should be in and out, just like I was with his mother.
Racist.
Dad.
So offended.
I'm not really sure that was.
Well,
What am I-
it's fits with the white people.
Okay, I'm going to go put the key in the box.
Is there any cameras in here?
Inside the safe deposit box room? No, just exterior to it, though.
Okay. This is good.
Due to privacy, they don't record what happens inside their own safe deposit boxes.
It's like Vegas.
It's just a petrified whale dick.
There's only one thing
box.
inside this box, an external hard drive. That's it.
Oh no. My only weakness, computers. We're in whatever
We're
it is.
good.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else in there.
Turn around, walk right out.
Oh, you folks have a great day.
No, you have a
You
great
too.
day.
Bye.
So nice.
I'm gonna take a
Oh, and
lollipop out of one of
condolences
the
on your loss.
Thank you. He will be missed. And I'm taking 2 lollipops out of one of the little tins.
In moments, they're back outside of the bank branch. No gunshots, no explosions, no screams.
Wow, I'm proud of you there. You didn't blow anything up. You didn't kill anybody. You guys
Please
Are
don't
you
rub it in.
sure?
coming. Yeah. No, hey. Ixnay on the umbe. All right.
Well, I mean, I suppose I won't blow up the bank as long as you refer to me as the Baron of Boom at your earliest convenience.
Please be nice to the Baron.
Did you leave anything in the safe deposit box there?
What?
Baron?
No!
No.
Did he?
No.
I was there. And
You know,
I was
like-
watching.
Make a notice check.
It's just,
There's no reason.
I'm gonna fail it, I believe.
Yeah. Then you have no idea if he did or didn't. You think he didn't.
I think we're cool.
right, we are all super cool.
Anyway, give me the hard drive.
Are we back in the truck for this, I assume?
It's up to you whether you're going to do this. In the
Yes,
truck
let's
or
go.
not.
Yeah, let's go
in the
do
truck.
this in the truck.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Now I know I had it, but I reached in my pocket and all I found was this C4. But if that's in my pocket, then where is the hard drive?
Give me the key.
You couldn't possibly be that dumb.
It's right here, I'm just saying. Don't worry, I didn't leave it in the...
There's only 2 things on this external hard drive. There is an audio file as well as a map.
Ah, somebody who really likes sound. Excellent, we're in luck.
I thought of that joke but didn't make it because it sucks.
Well, you've got all yours out of your system already, and all those scripts you wrote.
The map indicates that there is a program base on the Isla Angel de la Guarda, or Archangel Island in the Sea of Cortez. That's really all that the map has on it, that there's an underwater base there.
An underwater base. Where?
In the Sea of Cortez.
Yeah,
were
it
paying
seems like
attention?
there's some kind of underwater base in Sea of Cortez. Wherever
And it's
that-
indicated this is a program underwater base.
Oh, come on.
And then there's the audio file. Those the only things.
Well, what's
All
the
right.
audio file say?
Give it a listen, guys.
Are you going to play it on your external speakers or just listen to it
It's called a
yourself?
mouth. He has a mouth.
Yeah,
That's his external speaker.
Yeah.
It's up to
Just
you.
the mouth opens.
Yeah, we'll
and
play
then
it for
can't
everybody.
Crash, if you're hearing this, my worst fears have come to pass.
Oh, it's the general.
I won't ask your forgiveness or your understanding for the things I have done. Only that you do whatever is necessary to save our metaverse from the impending invasion. I have theorized that whoever is making the attempt will first use pilots to divide us and manipulate government agencies in order to disrupt any possible attempts to prepare for their arrival. They will likely target pilots and anyone connected to the program or founders in this hunt. I have also theorized that they intend to bring in weapons and material from their home metaverse, and how they will do it. Jeb and I discussed this and believe that they'll use some sort of a gate system, and we also don't believe they're going to be able to come directly. We believe that a physical transportation will require that they move objects through several other nearby metaverses, these like staging areas. I also suspect that they will have already invaded and taken over these metaverses as well. With the technology and resources available at Archangel Base, you should be capable of locating these metaverses and using the metapods there to stop these efforts. Although I'm unsure if that will be enough. How to prevent this invasion entirely is beyond me. I leave that unenviable task to you. By now, I'm either dead or wishing I was. Don't try to rescue me. Save the metaverse, Crash. It's what you do. I'm proud of you, son. You've become the man I could never be.
Well,
I feel like I just listened to something intensely personal that didn't belong to me.
Then you're fine with that.
Yeah, strangely comfortable with it.
So, any of us ever stolen a submarine before?
Let's go.
At that exact moment, John Stone, you detect a surge in the metaverse to the northwest of you, approximate location of Jarbidge, Nevada. A Joe's Diner has become active, and a pilot has just stepped out of it.
There's a Joe's Diner nearby.
In fact, you recognize the energy signature of said pilot. It is one Bruno Hamilton.
But there used to be a bunch of them.
Well, there's one active now.
Where?
Bruno's there.
Jarbridge?
Yes.
Let's go.
Wells is not all that far from Jarvis. In fact, is one of the last major towns going through if you're heading from north to south that you would have to go through in order to get to Jarvis. At one point, you were not far from Wells when you worked for General Jackson in a remote bunker just outside of town here. Had a horrible shootout there. It
I
was
remember
terrible.
that!
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
I had a transformer, I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've left our other transformer in Reno.
Just to watch him die.
Oh, by the way, I should probably let Reese know where we are. So
Because we're not trying to attract attention to where we're going.
Hey.
Well, Reese unfortunately wasn't moving as fast as a plane and has just now reached the Rockies from your RFID
All right.
identification.
As long as
chip.
we knows, because once we're at Joe's, they can't track us inside Joe's, can they?
No.
Yeah, we're like
Right? No.
And we can
Right?
figure out
I don't
through
know.
shouldn't be
you.
able to.
They have
can
nice
figure out through
biscuits
you
and
whenever we
gravy.
get
That's
started.
what I understand.
I like biscuits.
I will take a computer's role, and do you have covert operations as a skill?
I have stealth.
I will allow
Isn't
that
quite
to
the
apply.
same?
I'll allow that to apply in this case, or in fact, give me 2 separate computers roles for this.
The first one I beat by 7.
Excellent. And the second?
Ooh, that's. Wait a second.
You still
I
have
beat by
the,
1.
Beat it by 1, and you still have a Patreon bonus to use if you want to use it.
So I can add +2 to a roll, so then I go beat that by 9.
right.
So beat 1 by 5 and beat 1 by 9.
Good enough. You detect some more chatter, and it seems to be coded messages they're using. But what you are able to gather, because you are amazingly successful at breaking that code, whoever is sending these messages is aware of Joe's, is aware of things like the Metaverse, and is sending a team this direction with the opening of that Joe's.
Good grief. There's no rest.
Though they did their best to even hide it from other individuals who are listening on that same bandwidth, other federal agencies and law enforcement officers. It was 100% a coded message.
Right.
Only
Okay.
meant for specific individuals to understand.
So they're
So
sending
guys,
people.
they're-
They're sending people to Jarbridge.
Yeah. Somebody knows the Joe's is there. They're on their way. So whoever, obviously that person's a pilot too.
Mm-hmm.
They know all about the project. We got to get there before their guys get there.
Could you tell how far away they were?
No
Nope.
idea.
I don't know.
Floor it? Let's get there as quick as we can. Get out if we're able, I guess.
Did I happen to notice if they know where we are, what kind of vehicle we're in, or
No, that chatter seemed to be focused on the Joe's itself and Jarbridge opening up.
okay?
Were they expecting it to open up?
No, not at all. That was
no.
that was an alarm.
They were surprised.
They
too.
said that all of them were shut down.
So
that
they were
was an
surprised
alarm.
too.
Okay.
So as soon as it came online, they were aware of it. Now they're en route, just like we are. We have to get there first.
About a half
They find
hour into your
Bruno.
trip, Patrick, your burner phone rings.
Leibowitz O'Kelly.
Mr. O'Kelly, let's make a deal.
Ooh, with who?
Who I am isn't
Is
all
this
that
Howie
important.
Montana?
Who I am isn't all that important.
Okay,
talking
hold
about?
on. You're breaking up on me a little bit. Let me. All right, so we need to get there as quickly as we possibly can. Hold on, he's gonna call back.
The phone rings again.
Yeah, hello.
Mr. O'Kelly.
Yes,
I'm
we-
trying
we-
to help you here.
You're not telling me your name, so if you're not even gonna give me a
Call me
fake one-
Donaldson.
Okay, I will, but it's fake.
Now, I don't really have a problem with you, Mr. O'Kelly. I'm perfectly content for you and your young friend to go ahead and continue whatever strange life you want to live.
Oh, the
But
Hellfire missiles totally gave me a different message.
I
about that.
really would like to get my hands on Mr. Stone again. If you turn him over to me, we can call this whole thing off.
Which whole thing? The invasion of our metaverse?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lie, but okay.
Well, I mean, Clearly, you're trying to fuck with me. That's fine. I've got no reason to believe you.
How about we leave you alone and $10 million, Mr. O'Kelly?
Yeah, but I don't believe you because you're lying.
I have no qualms with you and no problems with you, Mr. O'Kelly, whatsoever.
Oh. Okay, well, can I have just 10 seconds to think about this?
Sure, but make a decision soon.
No, I don't really need any time to think about it. I was always going to say no, but I wanted to, make sure I had enough time to run this signal back and give you a nice little electric shock through your phone. So here you go.
And the signal cuts out.
Dick.
Give me a computer's roll, please.
And I'm right
2.
here. It's like I
Yeah,
couldn't
2 out of
hear
3
it.
ain't bad.
I can hear everything. I know exactly what he was saying anyway.
Yes, you heard
That I
that.
beat by 5.
I think people don't get how loud
And that I beat
phones
by
are.
11.
Whoever was just calling you was very close. The signal bounced from the satellites, not far.
Yeah, so they're nearby.
Now, the road to Jarbidge is paved for about 2/3 of the way, but then it cuts out into gravel. For a long time, Jarbidge has been an inactive mining town, so no one's really used it.
But I know right where the Joe's is.
Man.
You do, but you're
could
still about
choose.
20 miles from there of, how do they call it, unimproved road.
We could choose a stagecoach right about now.
Yes, we could.
No kidding. He's working on it. He'll get here.
Oh well.
Can I get notice checks from everyone?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I have not passed a single notice check tonight, and this won't be the time I change that.
It's never been your strong suit, Mac.
Beat it by 6.
Beat it by 6.
Beat,
We all rolling notice checks?
Yes, I need them from everyone.
it by 7.
Beat it by 7.
Beat it by 6.
All right, the 3 of you can hear the distinct sound in the distance of helicopter rotor blades. And the 2 of you also can see the dust trail on the unimproved road a ways back behind you of a vehicle traveling up that road.
These
in
guys are
pursuit.
fast.
Almost impossibly fast, you might say.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I shoot somebody?
No!
Not yet. We're
Get
on
back
it.
into the,
You get your
the middle
chance.
seat.
You get your chance.
That
Popping your
helicopter is
shoulder back
closing
in.
very rapidly. The vehicle is
They're gonna
struggling to
overtake us.
close that distance,
There's-
but it is still catching up. It is doing a little better than your 18-wheeler is traveling on an unimproved road.
1 copper? 1 chopper?
Yeah, seemingly.
All right.
Gets closer
Shall I?
and closer.
I'll take
Yeah.
the pilot.
I've got the chloroform.
You bounce right back.
It's a pilot. Son of a biscuit.
So it's one of the pilots, and with
Cheese
and
whiz.
no one else
2.
in there.
We can take it down.
That helicopter? The boy's gonna take it down.
I'm gonna
Let's
take
go
it
ahead and
down.
do some initiative and start a combat. Since we're going to be doing some shooting at people. Yes, piloted by a pilot. Because, I want to.
Oh wait, that's initiative. I need different dice for that.
13.
Oh, what are we rolling for?
13,
2d12.
I need your
2d12
12s,
plus
and
your
then add your initiative modifier.
I got a 15.
That's worse.
15 for Mac,
13 for me.
13 for Patrick.
22.
22. John Stone, you are going to go first.
Okay, so there's a helicopter.
The helicopter is closing in very rapidly, and then a Jeep is now visible. It's gotten close enough that you can see what kind of make and model it is, but they're still a bit behind you.
Okay, the Jeep is close.
The helicopter is nearly overhead at this point.
What? Okay.
It is a military helicopter. This is a
Okay.
Black Hawk.
Of course.
What do we have down there?
Well, you've got a buff. There is a hack attack that was used. There is a meta surge still in the store.
Huh.
They have worked on a cool rule, but it still has a little ways to go.
In time.
Okay. Do you already have a plan for the helicopter guy?
Well, only if there's another person in that helicopter.
Oh, that's right.
If it's a
We don't know
Black Hawk piloted by one person, that's
and there's
weird.
nobody
That's
else
really
in the Black Hawk.
Yeah.
That's clearly the bad guy. Because you don't fly with one person in a Blackhawk. Nobody has ever done it, near as I can tell.
So there is nobody else in the Blackhawk?
Well, you've got some quite extraordinary vision skills, so I'll give you a notice check to try and get a better look at it in this moving view. There's a lot of dust getting.
But is that going to take up my initiative turn?
No.
Checking that out? Okay, good.
It is not going to be your turn. But this will give you information or not. There's a lot of dirt, rotor blades are kicking it up more. It's hard to say.
Sometimes heat signatures are very difficult to see through dust.
Beat it by 4, on my notice.
There is one pilot and someone is in the open side of the vehicle. Or 2 total people.
It's like a gunner or just...
That's where the gunner sits.
It doesn't look like he's manning a gun by his position. He or she, kind of hard to tell. It's a heat signature, but humanoid.
Can you tell if it's a pilot or not?
That's what is the pilot a pilot or is the guy on the side the pilot?
They are both definitely pilots.
Woof.
They're both metapilots. Wow. Can I tell who? Like if I look at them, is there, can I see their faces or just see butt figures?
No one you've ever seen before.
So I have nothing in the file anywhere?
If you want to, this will take a turn to run facial recognition software with your computers. It will take one of your attacks to do so.
I don't know that it matters just yet who it is yet. All right, so I'm gonna, if you have a plan for the, you can't take any one of them, they're both pilots.
I can deal with the helicopter.
Alternatively, if you don't wish to take the action, you can ask Tom to, and at the end of the round, he will have completed it.
Not on a Blackhawk.
Facial recognition.
Oh, really?
He's going to try and take the tail.
Why do something else?
Yeah, well, you're doing something else.
Nice. So I hand that task off to Tom.
All right.
To do a
Tom is
check.
running their faces through facial recognition software while you act.
Fantastic. Now, the truck following us, they're near enough that I can use a static charge because I have 30 feet.
No, not that close, but the helicopter is almost that close.
Oh, really?
They're just right overhead.
Oh, okay. Well, then, okay. Very good. So I'm going to static charge them and overload their circuitry to play havoc with their controls at least.
Try and damage the helicopter itself?
Indeed, yes.
Okay. I'll take a shooting test from you.
That'll be easy. Yeah, beat it by 9.
Beat it by 9, almost a critical success. That's 30 damage of static charge, traditionally?
Indeed, yes.
All right, 30 points of electrical damage is done to the system on the Blackhawk. We will see what that results in by the end of the turn. Do you only have the one attack, or do you have multiple attacks?
How many attacks? I have 2.
So you have another attack still yet to use.
Fantastic. Yeah, I don't. In all this, I don't think I have any weapons on me.
We've got a bag.
I must always have weapons. Oh, we have a bag of weapons?
I've been lugging around his bag of weapons with every vehicle we've been taking.
Bag of weapons. I reach in and pull out, what do we have here? What do we have?
It's a gym bag full of guns.
Yeah. It's a gym bag of guns. A Nick Krieger gym bag of guns. He's known for this sort of thing.
Well, surely there's an RPG in there. Is there a stinger in
Maxine.
there?
Could you just
What is Maxine?
Maxine.
Is there a javelin there? What does Maxine do exactly?
Maxine is a shoulder-mounted assault weapon. It's a free-fire rocket launcher.
Very good.
Generally used to strike at tanks, but...
Close enough. An air tank works for me.
You know, the real close range, a helicopter is a helicopter.
Aye.
Go ahead and give me a shooting test on it.
All right.
As you attempt to shoot the helicopter.
Beat it by 8.
Beat it by 8. That is quite the shot. The rocket flies up and slams into this helicopter. And as it explodes, the person who was in the passenger seat kind of leaps from the helicopter, propelled down, and lands on the top of the 18-wheeler. The other heat signature that was inside in the cockpit just kind of disappears from the missile explosion.
Well, that's nice.
Nicely done. Gentlemen, show is yours.
Actually, it's going to be me next to the 20.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I'm going to go with the person on top of the vehicle first.
Gentleman.
Everyone gets a better look at it's a human woman, but those of you who are meta pilots can see that halo outline. Give me a random knowledge check.
Absolutely. That's going to be a success by 6.
You recognize her as a somewhat famous UFC fighter, Amanda Kinsey.
Careful, she knows jujitsu.
She reaches a hand forward and hits the hood of the vehicle with, remarkably, a static charge attack.
Hits the vehicle with status charge.
Yeah.
That will not slow down the truck at all.
Not particularly, no. The Jeep in the rear closes up the distance and gets a little bit closer upon your tail, and we will go to Mac next with the 15.
So they're holding on to the hood of this truck.
It's on the above you on the
Okay,
roof
up on the
of
top?
the carriage. Yeah,
So she hit the top of the carriage.
yeah, hit it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Dented it in a bit.
You got any flash? Well, of course we have flashbangs in the explosives bag.
Always.
If I can do a little planning, I would like to throw one up, and then I only have one attack, but whoever goes next after me, she could possibly be disoriented enough to be knocked off of the car.
Give me demolitions for your
We
attack.
don't have
charge.
team up anymore, but I'll jump on that, bud.
Thanks, Chief. That's gonna be a... I've got a +6, so I can turn that into a success by 4.
Success by 4.
And then I also have just 3 buffs sitting in the store, so I'm going to turn that into a critical success with laser focus.
Oh, it is a good thing you did that because her dodge bonus is 8, and that wouldn't have hit otherwise.
Of course.
So your flashbang is successful, and she is stunned.
Smack her! That's it. That's my turn. That's all I get.
Now I have both Patrick and Nick on the same initiative score.
I'm taking the stun advantage to lose her dodge bonus, and I'm going to improvise an explosive device real quick.
All right, go
By
ahead. and give me
taking my water bottle, like as I'm driving, just taking my water bottle full of gasoline and going all over the top of the cab, and then just tossing my Zippo up there.
Set her on fire.
All
Attack.
right,
Give me a
to yet
demolition.
another flashbang.
Give me a demolitions attack. She gets no dodge bonus as she is stunned currently.
You hate to see it, but you love to see it.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow? 11.
That is good enough, and you have now set her on fire. And the roof of the vehicle as
Plus
well.
50 damage.
That's
and 2 effects of choice.
What?
Oh.
We're going to say yet another stun.
All right, stunned is going to
I
continue
am the
on.
god
to
of
the next
hellfire.
And
I bring
let's
you
also say,
fire.
well, let's say tear gas, because that's the closest thing is
round.
blinding.
So blinded. Okay, stunned and blinded effects are now on. Nick, you're next.
All right, I'm getting Bertha, the sawed-off shotgun. Climb up, aim, sawed off. Bam.
Give me a shooting test, please, Mr. Krieger.
I'll be making by 1.
By 1. All right. She
That's
has
okay.
no
She has
dodge
no
bonus
dodge
at the present
bonus.
moment. The impact hits her solidly. It doesn't hit like somebody who's a normal person does, but there's still blood and a little bit of gore, and it completely dislodges her from the roof of the vehicle, crashing into the gravel road and then off into the ditch.
Damn, that looked like it hurt.
Our kid would have flew.
Little back teen.
Yes, and we're going to start the
would've-
next round with John Stone to the 22. That Jeep is still closing the distance.
Easy. So I hop outside
closing
on
for
the
speed.
side of our vehicle, and I just launch myself like a missile at that Jeep behind us. Right,
Give me an
right through the
athletics
window.
test.
Rocket boots away.
I like it.
Beat it by 8.
You hit the vehicle, and it's slightly off on the direct trajectory, and you actually hit the passenger side. Going through, you hit the guy that's in the passenger side. And the two of you rolling into the back seat and struggling. You still have a second attack.
How is he even struggling? Is he a pilot
Punch.
too?
Oh, yeah. He's a pilot, and so's the driver of this vehicle.
That's what I figured. They work in
Freaking
teams.
A.
They're sending
Wow.
4 of them after us at once.
All right.
And we're going to murk them all. This is the plan, at least.
Cool. My next one will. I'm holding on to him, right?
Oh, you guys
we're-
are involved in
tussling.
a lovely little throwing punches grapple, yes.
I can do anything I want, but all right. So I'm just gonna static charge him because I'm holding on to him. So
All right, give me a fighting check rather than a shooting test because you're in hand-to-hand combat.
okay. 11. I'll beat it by 5.
Beat it by 5. That does beat his dodge bonus of 4, and you hit him for 30 stun damage. His armor is 20, so 10 of that stun damage goes through.
Man, he's
And
tough.
he will lose an action. He does have 2 attacks, so he will get to make one of his 2 attacks. He has lost the other one to your static charge.
Fair enough.
He is going to attempt to throw you off of him and out of the vehicle. I'm going to have you make an opposed athletics roll to mine, as the two of you are at equal strength.
Really?
Oh yeah, he is strong.
Wow. Okay. Athletics, you said?
That's it.
Shredded.
Mac, we got to get some
Beat it by-
superpowers. That's
beat
all
it
there
by
is to it.
14.
Beat it by 14.
Yeah.
As strong as he is just doesn't have your expert hand-to-hand combat training. And you kind of
about
just
leverage,
reverse
fool.
the throw,
It's about
and the
leverage.
two of you just roll around in the back seat.
That's
So hot.
At this
Beat that
point,
market.
Tom has finished his facial recognition. He cannot identify the pilot at this point because it was blown up by the rocket before he could get further ones. But he was able to identify the two individuals in this vehicle. The driver is Captain Donaldson, Army Ranger, currently active duty. The man you are wrestling with is a wanted fugitive, Vincent Galino. He is a known mob enforcer.
big deal. Not impressed.
Real rogues gallery.
Avatars, man.
Who has
Avatars.
the next? Who has the
Exactly.
next?
Next is going to be Captain Donaldson. He's going to use one of his actions to keep driving and close distance on the vehicle, and with the other, he's going to reach around to the back seat and fire a handgun at you.
Ooh, oh no! I had the gun.
Because you do look like a normal person still, even though you did leap through the vehicle.
It's beautiful faux leather.
And his shot is great. He hits you dead in the back, and it is a 40 damage shot, which is the equivalent of your armor. So the bullet blows through your clothing and bounces off of your skin.
What's that one?
Meat
What's that
boy.
guy's name in the front there?
Captain Donaldson.
Donaldson.
Yeah, he's a decorated Army Ranger.
Nice.
Good for him.
So
Wait,
he
so that
gained
was-
on us and turned around to shoot. Okay.
Yes.
Just keeping
And
that.
that gives Nick and Patrick up next.
Oh. Well, I only have one action, but
Unless you're attempting to do something special while driving, it won't take your action to drive.
oh no, I'm taking my action to drive.
Okay.
I'm
Oh my.
coming to a full and complete and very sudden stop because I'm in an 18-wheeler and he's in a Jeep looking
Well-
the other way while shooting a gun.
That
Okay.
is correct.
But keep in mind, we don't have the tractor on. We don't have the trailer on this. It's
No,
just the
but
tractor.
still, it isn't
But, yeah.
a
No, we've just
wheeler,
got a
If
nice
he runs
little
into that
load
tow
ramp.
hitch,
Yes.
it's not going to be a good day.
which in fact
If he
immediately
peaches
does
when he
with your
should French
driving
fry,
test.
he's going to have a bad time.
I'll take a driving test from you to see how severe the impact is on his part.
Yeah, who do you think's gonna win? An 18-wheeler or a
9.
The impact is very severe. The entire front end of the Jeep smashes in, and the two of you wrestling in the back end up now on the back of the 18-wheeler, catapulted out of the Jeep. Still wrestling around with each other.
How's Captain Donaldson, though?
His nose is bleeding from slamming into the steering wheel, but he is still conscious.
Oh. The truck didn't hit him hard enough.
We'll remember that
Well,
next time.
reverse then.
You think the steering column would
Nick?
jab through his rib cage or something?
Jeez. I don't know.
You're kind of hanging onto the roof and have a sawed-off shotgun at this point.
That's true. Reload. Lean down as close as I can to the guy wrestling John. John, duck down.
Give me a shooting test, please, Nick.
Beat it by 7.
Beat it by 7. That is good enough to hit, even with him wrestling with John, particularly as he suffered a little stun damage from that static charge last time. And the shotgun blast hits him. Again, it doesn't hit him like it would a normal person, but as the slug hits it, or the buckshot hits his back, it blows through the clothing, and there is quite a bit of blood now pouring down him on his back. The impact, even you feel underneath him, John, is this guy definitely just got shot.
Okay. Who's next?
We are back at the top with the 22, which is you.
I think I might have gotten skipped that round.
Oh, you might have, Mac. Yeah,
which
we
is
did.
fine. But
We
I
did
like
skip
to
you,
do
Mac.
that.
I apologize. Let's go ahead and make sure you have an
Okay.
action.
I would like to.
Return of the Mac.
I'm back. Reach into the go bag as I sort of try and lean out of the cabin, and as you're wrestling, I'm not looking at what it is, but I am reaching into the explosives pouch of the go bag and
jeez.
putting something in the mouth as you're wrestling.
Are you close to reach him?
You are in the cab. He is outside of the cab. How many attacks do you have, man?
I have the one. So
All right,
I can...
this is going to be a multi-action penalty
have
to
two.
do so.
Great.
But you can laser focus since you're focusing on getting that in there.
It's true. It is going to require me to, I believe, succeed in the first place, though. But it's a good thing. So what's the, how much is the multi-action penalty?
2.
Great. I'm going to
Because you're physically doing it, this is a fighting check.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Even with the 2, I succeed by 6. And I got that other buff that I really just... There's no reason to let him sit there. So I guess I'm going to put some kind of small explosive in the mouth, which is disgusting, and then immediately look away. Just get back in the cabin
Okay.
and not pay attention.
I have just randomly determined what that's going to be.
Bomb in the mouth.
Great.
Bomb in the mouth.
I am sorry if I get you injured at all.
That one is
I'll be
going
fine.
to be funny. All right, we skipped you. We will go back to the top with John Stone. Something has just been shoved in his mouth. You're pretty sure it's going to go off very quickly, whatever it is.
Okay. So, all right. So we're
Even you didn't see what it was.
We're in the back of this SUV.
You're on the back of the 18-wheeler at this point. You were catapulted out of the Jeep and landed on the 18-wheeler when it
Okay.
impacted
Am I
the 18-wheeler.
am I on the back or am I on the top of this dude?
The two of you are kind of rolling around. You're more on top than he is at this point
Because it's your turn.
because
Okay.
it's your turn.
And so what's it? Where is the SUV? Is it still?
It's sort of impaled on the back end
Right.
of the 18-wheeler.
It seems
and is Captain Donaldson in there?
Oh yeah, with a bloody nose.
Okay, cool. So I push off this dude and jump at the captain behind us.
Away from him or keep carrying him with
So
you?
the guy I'm wrestling with, he's under me, you said, right?
Yes.
So I kind of push off him and jump toward the truck behind us at Captain Donaldson.
Give me an athletics for the push off of him portion.
Beat it by 10.
That is a critical success. So you easily launch off of him. Now, what are you launching yourself at him to hit him? Launching yourself to land in the vehicle? What are you trying to do?
I'm launched at him like a missile through
Like a
the
missile?
window.
All right, give
right
me
at
a
the
fighting check.
you're spearing him through the windshield.
captain.
Yes. A through the windshield spear is happening.
A perfect dolphin dive.
You said a fighting, right?
Yep, I'll take a fighting on that one.
You thought Goldberg was bad. Wait till you meet John Stone.
Beat it by 10.
That is also a critical success. So you're going to do double your unarmed damage. What is your unarmed damage going to be?
30.
30. You smash through the broken already windshield, completely finishing off the rest of the bits. Hit Donaldson, rip him clean out of the seat, and then out of the back of the Jeep along the asphalt, or excuse me, along the gravel road, bouncing a few different times. And you're pretty sure that you snapped his spine on the impact.
Oh, good.
At that exact moment, the explosive that was put inside of Vincent Galino's mouth goes off. It was a tear gas grenade that went off inside of his mouth.
Ugh.
That's a spicy meatball.
That's a zesty beef wad.
Mac, then Nick, and Patrick will be going next. Because of the tear gas incident, he is not getting an action this round.
Yeah,
Well, it's time for shooting.
yeah.
Mac first.
Mac first.
I don't want to skip him this round and make him go at the end like I did last time.
Reach into the other duffel bag full of guns, grab something
Bag
that
of guns.
feels about light enough I can hold with one hand, and then lean back out from the window and start to try and deal with the situation.
Give me a shooting test, please, sir.
Absolutely. That is going to be a failure, and I will accept that.
You can use a buff for a reroll.
You have one left.
You do have one to use.
Yeah, I might as well.
Go for it.
All right, using the buff, he gets a reroll.
And that is going to be a success by 3.
That is good enough because he currently does not have a dodge bonus from the horrible circumstances that have befallen him. You shoot him with a .45 caliber handgun, and again, this doesn't hit him like it would a normal person, but at this point he has been injured several times, and you believe that he is probably near death or dying from that gunshot.
And he has currently a tear gas.
Which is leaking
grenade.
gas outside of his mouth, yeah, pretty rapidly, and the other part is going directly into his lungs.
He looks in a bad enough shape to capture.
Guys, I think I did a war crime.
Oh, several.
I know I shot at people with the big gun, but this is a different one.
Right now, we just got to beat him to the diner.
Well, why don't we have him join us?
Yeah,
Reach into the
I
bag.
concur. Subdue him.
Harpoon gun with the tow line. I have 2 attacks. I'll take 1 to aim.
Don't
And
kill
the
him.
second to fire. I know what
All
I'm
right,
doing.
aiming fire gives you a +2 bonus on your shooting roll.
Let's see. That would be 7 out of... So that beats it by 7.
All right, where did you want to hit him with that?
Thigh.
Thigh. Through the thigh, the harpoon goes.
And,
He
tie it
would
off on the steering
scream,
column.
but he's incapable of screaming from his current... Patrick, that leaves it to you. The only real hostile I can say left is a broken spined Donaldson that John Stone is on top of. Or the harpooned guy.
Take your pick.
Well, you're not near us.
I didn't
You're
try
still
to
going
kill him,
down the
Pax.
road.
That's why I shot him through the thigh.
Are we dragging this guy 20 more miles into town?
Or until we...
He might not make it that long.
Donaldson
As
and I.
long as you want to drag him, we can tie him up, we can cuff him, duct tape him, zip tie him.
To what end, Nick?
I'm thinking chains and a padlock.
Then we've got a captured enemy pilot.
We still got to get to that diner. Do you want to unharpoon him before we get there?
I mean,
You're right.
Can I...
Donuts it is. Driving check. Moment of clarity.
Moment of clarity used, and you do a perfect donut. And he's still trying to scream as he is rolled along in this donut.
Oh, he's tough. Mm-hmm. I think he'll make the trip. And we head towards Jarbridge.
That would leave John Stone behind if you do that.
That's
John
fine.
Stone can literally
I'll
catch
catch
up while
Okay.
we're accelerating.
More than likely. So that will get us again to the top of the order with John Stone. You're on top of Captain Donaldson's a broken spine.
He's alive still?
Oh, yeah.
just want to...
What the?
I mean,
But
if you
he's
leave
not
him here,
gonna
he'll
chase
probably
you.
die.
I just look at him and be like, why?
Your world will be ours.
Not quite.
So when Tom scanned him and identified who he was, is there any other information about him other than his
Well, you get
identity?
full military service career. I mean, the guy's a patriot, a war hero. Army range. I know, quite obviously, all of the criteria to be an avatar.
But does he have family?
Oh,
Does he
yes.
have- okay.
Married, 4 kids.
But he's not dead.
Not currently dead. No.
Okay. So, I'm gonna use all right. I'm gonna use intimidation. I know it'd be hard to intimidate somebody like him, except he's screwed up. And my point is, in talking to him, is look, you can still have a life. You still have a family back home somewhere. Maybe you can get back to them if you tell me why you're after us and what is the end game for you know? I'm trying to get
Take an
info out of
intimidate check from him.
Be by 8.
That is pretty good. He kind of just smiles at you. You think I care about this meat suit? And the voice is exactly like the one that was on the phone with Patrick earlier. We're going to get our hands on you sooner or later. You can't win. There's more of us than there are you.
Okay, so I use my second.
Don't kill him. 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 Think about it. How long has he been in that meat suit? What? At least a day?
Yeah.
Probably more like a week. Enough time to bond to it. You kill that one, he can get another one. You injure that one beyond repair, and he's stuck with it until it dies.
Well, his back is snapped.
You did break his spine, which is correct.
There's an argument to be made that it's beyond repair.
I'm using my metaverse knowledge of 10 to get that, by the way.
Nicely done, Patrick.
I can bring him with us too. Now I have 2 of them.
Yeah, we're making a positive.
Throw him over your shoulder and
Yep,
proceed
just start
to the
running.
18-wheeler. All right. Hey, and that's all the time we have for this episode. Masters of the Metaverse in the Planet Metaverse Invasion arc. I want to thank all of you for joining us here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel here on Twitch. I hope you'll catch us all next week when we continue this lovely story. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night. See you next time.
Yes, continue the lovely story.
Night night.
Bye.
Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Control them, reroll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't the bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse.